Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Podcats. I'm Elvis. I'm doing Elvis there.
Go, carry on. We can't redo it now.
Tonight's show is going to be me singing some songs. Oh, yeah. That was Johnny Bravo to finish. Matt, do a cowboy impression. Go.
A what?
Cowboy. Oh, well, it's a surprise. We spent 16 minutes live full of bots and shit up.
No, yeehaw. No, that's just English. That's
What's that? Yeehaw. That's it.
We should keel
like
haul Matt. He's failed the Podcats.
John, that's pirates. You can only do pirates every time we talk.
That was Irish.
It's Irish pirates.
No, it's
no.
It's a little bit Irish too.
Oh, me Lucky Charms. Me Lucky Charms are very
similar. Irish and pirates and Cornish are all very similar. They merge together.
They merge together.
Or so Somerset.
That's Somerset.
They're all the same, basically. They're all very similar. Cornish and pirates and Somerset and Irish do have certain Celtic similarities.
Oh,
yeah, unfortunately, all pirates are from Bristol, and we know this.
What?
All
No,
Bristol born
Cornwall.
We're from Bristol.
The traditional Irish accent is just a It's why
Irish.
Americans who visit
Cornwall
Cornwall get really confused because they've never heard a Cornish accent before, and they don't know why everyone's pretending to be a pirate.
Why are you all eating pasties, you motherfuckers? That's my review of Cornwall. Yeah, anyway, hi, welcome to a podcast.
Yeah, this is a show where we talk about gaming.
Yeah, and we're going to start with gaming because I am incredibly ill because I've had to spend an hour and a half playing PlayStation VR, and it is dreadful.
It's had really mixed responses. Like, some people really love it, and some people really have had some really serious problems with it.
I will say that the actual technology behind it is way better than I thought it'd be. The headset, and I won't talk too much about this because Saturday's video is going to be covering this, but the actual headset is killer good stuff. Like, the actual VR is nice. It's just that shitty camera they used to do the tracking, those shitty motion controls. It's so poor. Like, I had to literally, I stopped playing it, what was it, around 2? And then I had to actually physically go and sleep until now. Because I had a fucking migraine coming on, and I recognised those signs. I was like, I'm going to sleep that shit off. And now I still have a headache.
Viewers, it's 8 now, so that is 6 hours.
Yes, 6 hours. That's a fucking full night's sleep I got there.
Yeah.
But like I just had horrible nausea and everything. It's not a pleasant tracking experience. And I couldn't set it up like properly, and because I played Job Simulator in the video, because I thought that was a really nice one to compare and contrast. But it takes up the exact same amount of room as the Vive. Like, it literally, you have to be 6 feet away from the thing, which is pretty much like the minimum Vive thing. So I'm still fucking in the same place, apart from now I don't have the grid around me, so I'm fucking crashing into things. There are 2 times in that fucking video where I really seriously hurt myself on walls or a desk. It's like actual blood came out of my hand because I don't know where I am. It feels really insecure.
Oh yeah, without the little, what's it called? The companion grid? Sorry, what do they call it? Chaperone. The chaperone grid. I imagine VR would actually be quite risky.
It's really unnerving. I felt like super like, okay.
Anything that involves any form of rapid reaction or rapid movement is kind of out, because you smash your hand against stuff really so slow stuff is fine, but any form of rapid movement is not going to work.
Well, the problem with the PlayStation VR is that, like, it's really, the hardware-wise, it's designed for, like, you are sitting down or you're stood up and you're not walking around.
Oh, yeah, most of the games you've got to be about 4 feet away and seated, but it's when they go to the standing up, the actual VR stuff that I like.
The reason they've done those things, though, is because obviously those games were already made for the Vive, and they've went, oh, well, you know, we just need more games to populate our storefront, and they've just went, hey, here's some money, make this for this, even if it didn't work.
Actually, I could do a very quick review of a Vive, PlayStation VR game that I played, and I'm definitely not making a video on. The Batman game. The Batman game, or as I like to call it, hey, you like jump scares, right? That's literally, it's a bit Batman Arkham jump
game?
There's always jump scares with Batman's game. I don't know why I didn't expect this. Like, the only time I've ever fallen off my chair due to a scare was in Batman. I was playing, I think it was Arkham City, or it was one of... That was Arkham City.
This is the T-Rex.
The T-Rex, right?
Yeah.
I was actually recording at the time, and you actually... I think you may have got into, like, 13 Ways to Die or something, and you see me just kill the fuck over. Like, that you just see the camera, like, spaz out for a second, and then it just stops. It's because I've just dipped right back off my chair. But it's full of killer croc leaps out of things, and then the end bit is, like, full-on horror. Like, Batman dies at the end. Spoiler warning. It's all like some sort of weird, eerie dream sequence. What if Batman gets infected by this thing and dies and everyone gets murdered with no happy ending and no coherent storytelling?
Well, that shouldn't happen.
So
how does Batman of the future happen?
It's a full, like, horror experience. and I wasn't expecting that. It's unpleasant as fuck. The detective stuff, really good fun. Everything else, nightmares.
But why PlayStation VR seem to have a lot of horror games, and I don't like horror in VR.
Yeah, I actually made this point in the video that there was a lot of like creativity behind the Vive early launch titles, and there's a lot of jump scares and like I think they're trying to sell VR in a sort of a boo kind of way, like, oh, that thing made you jump, didn't it? Because you're really in the world. They kind of seem to be selling it on that, yeah. So,
which it is very good at, in all fairness. It's just a little bit cheap.
Yeah, but it fucking does that when anything happens. VR's every menu screen I've ever done. The fucking Star Wars logo made me fucking poo myself the other day in that fucking thing, because it comes out through you. I was not expecting the Star Wars logo to emerge from me. Just, Jesus!
I do think actually they do theoretically need like a new, more detailed version of tagging for VR games when it comes to buying VR games from the storefront. Like, I do think it generally needs to be absolutely clearly labelled. Does this game contain jump scares, yes or no? How is movement handled in this game? I think it needs to be specified, because that's actually a really important thing. Because like normally I would not be all for, we've got to have warnings and trigger warnings and content warnings on everything. But for VR, I think actually I would like to know for certain whether there's going to be a jump scare in a VR game I'm about to play or not.
You can actually do that very in a very sort of minimum spoiler sort of way by just having an encounters, have a thing that just says encounters and then have distant or close. So like if anything that actually moves in encounters, like so the lab would all be in the distance, nothing actually gets up towards in your face sort of thing, nothing ever enters your zone really. But then you got other things where there's monsters running at you, they could say, oh yeah, close encounters of the zombie kind or whatever.
So I was playing accounting just today.
Yes.
And when I was in the second area, the dungeony area, I was constantly terrified something appalling was about to happen.
I was.
That scared... That whole thing, I thoroughly enjoyed. Again, no spoilers, that's tomorrow's video.
Yep.
Or if you're watching the VOD, yesterday's. But that bit was one of the most hauntingly fucked up bits of VR I have ever played without being scary. And that was VR at its absolute shiny bestest. Oh my god, what the fuck did I just do?
The animation of stabbing...
Spoiler warning. The animation of
Matt,
stabbing that
spoiling.
guy. Well, you have to stab... You have to stab a guy who's right there, and he's like massive, and he's very realistic looking. Like,
you have to do it hard.
Yeah,
it doesn't just gently put the knife in, it doesn't register. You've got to actually proper thrust.
You've got to stab the guy.
It's really horrible.
It's an interesting video. I actually had a very weird video for Thursday, but I've put it back to next Thursday. But it's very kind of... It's like the actual recording doesn't sort of get in just how real and there that guy was.
That's the shade. That's the thing. Like, sometimes I look back at when I've recorded VR stuff and I think someone watching this on YouTube will probably think I'm like faking it and overreacting a bit.
Yeah.
And I'm not. It's just that YouTube screen, even like a full screen, no matter how big the monitor, cannot get across the scale of what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Which
I will say...
it is tricky to make VR work in YouTube.
Well, no, because it's when, for example, like when you play Universe Sandbox in VR, when you set it to 1:1 scale, right, they're not actually 1:1 scale.
No,
really.
but they're close enough as it doesn't matter.
But they're very big. And on a YouTube video, it does just look like a 2D thing of planets. But when you're in the VR, it does look like you've got a fucking building-sized thing in front of you.
Yeah. It's because I did that. I scaled it up. And because VR only ever records one eye, and because it's only recorded with one eye, it doesn't even give... You just get no sense of depth to it. But that sense of presence is always lost, and I kind of think that's... I'm glad that everything lets you record VR nice and easy, and they always have the nice thing on your screen and stuff.
Oh, mostly. Some bastard games don't. Oh, yeah, the assembly refuses to.
You know what ones I hate? I hate the Unreal ones, where it's just like a thin mobile phone strip down the middle. Like, if a game does look really shit in VR, that's because I've had to zoom in and then, like, capture the right bits, and that's a shit of editing, because I've got to move it up and down all the time. But I don't like having black bars at the side of the screens or anything, so... But yeah, it's... I don't know. I like the sense of presence that VR has, and I like that accounting had me on my toes all the time, but never went boogie, 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 because that's all you really need. But I would, I think we do need to have a few sort of warnings and stuff, because I can deal, like, the room scale stuff I'm absolutely fine with, as long as it's tracking properly, but the actual moving, like if it's moving and I don't understand the movement, I get immediately nauseous. Like that, I did the Grand Canyon thing. When I was working out how the paddling worked, I was feeling really sick. But as soon as my brain went, if I do that, the camera moves that way. Something just clicks and the nausea fucks off.
Yeah,
because then your brain understands how the movement's happening. So when I was playing like a car game, first minute I was like, oh, this is kind of gross, and then I worked out how the car worked. So I got nausea whenever I started on a new car because it wasn't quite turning as I remembered it would. But then it would go away as soon as I get into how it's going to turn, and when it starts doing what I think it would do.
I mean, motion sickness is when your brain is getting movement that it's not really expecting. But obviously, if you get that click,
yeah,
it does need jump scare wise as well. Like I'd like that for all games, really, because I fucking hate jump scares. But I kind of understand why it isn't there, because narratively, jump scares can sometimes be relevant.
Yeah, see, for me, jump scares are the cheap harlot of horror, because the problem with a jump scare is once a jump scare has happened, there's nothing after it.
No.
It's the build-up that's actually the key part of the jump scare, which is what Resident Evil 4 did very well, with the constantly building up, oh, you've had nothing for a while, scary, scary, and then still having nothing, and then keep having nothing, and then it's just that, oh my god!
There's a man in the oven!
The jump scare will always be terrifying, and then you're fucked. But after that, it's nothing, it's all gone immediately, and it's just... You're like, okay, and then it's got to try and build that anticipation back up again, where, like, a creepy tone could be permanent and never have a payoff, but it can actually be very nice and it'll keep you in the thing.
But in Vive games, actually, I sometimes find, if I don't know whether there's going to be a jump scare, the creepy thing doesn't work for me, because I spend so much time being anxious about what might be about to happen, I don't enjoy the environment as much as I might have done. I don't play with as many things.
Yes.
Because I'm too nervous to do it.
I will admit, when I play a VR game, I've not played anything like that no one else has ever played for, apart from accounting, but because I just fucking love Justin Roiland, I didn't want any spoilers. But I tend to research heavily into does this have jump scares and stuff, and actually Steam getting some stuff on there would be very nice, because it would just save me a shit ton of time.
Yeah, I would like a jump scare, or not just for Vive. I mean, I don't care about it for normal games, but for Vive stuff and VR stuff in general,
like
I think
with Valve as well, they seem to be a lot more heavily invested in curating Vive titles.
Yeah.
Same way we put them on the store, you don't actually need to go through Greenlight to get a Vive game up. You can actually go directly through Valve, and they'll be like, does this run at 90? Does it run correctly? Does it use this? And does it work? And if it does, they'll put it on.
Yeah.
And they have all the proper tagging for VR stuff as well, whether it's room scale and how much size it requires, and it's got quite a good amount of categorizing for that. And it is... I feel like they would actually do that if they had enough...
they might go, user tags will sort that shit out. Which would be not great.
No, they don't.
But,
they do not.
Yeah, I every time I play a thing like accounting, where it's just sort of an interesting environment and it's very strange and weird, I mean, that's my joy of VR.
Yeah.
Is that I'm walking around these strange areas and stuff, but... I don't know, I got very claustrophobic with the PSVR, because I knew I couldn't fly my hands about, because I'm actually in the same space, but I'm having to do it diagonally, otherwise the tracking was really bad, because the tracking can't pick any other sources of light, because it literally only detects the source of light. So even if you got perfect tracking, if your hands go in front of your face at any point, or your hands, cross between the camera and where your face is, then you're fucked. I'd have the camera up really quite high to actually get anything, because as soon as you move your hand over your face, everything just shakes, because it starts tracking lights, and you've got two glow sticks and the lights on your face. It's just seriously, if they could get better tracking, that is a solid headset, especially for that price.
Well, you know the reason they did it that way, though, don't you? Because they didn't want to make new peripherals.
Yeah, but they didn't include them in the fucking box, so it's actually £460 to buy the PSVR.
Yeah, which it's stupid, because obviously most people probably aren't going to own Move controllers, nor are they going to own the camera, probably.
No, especially because it's all fucking PS3 gear.
So while I can understand them not wanting to produce new, different Move controllers, because I mean, I suppose if you already own a Move controller, they went, here's the PSVR, it has a slightly different Move controllers, that'd be a bit annoying. But I think the subset of those people is so low, and that the quality of them is so not good enough, that you could do a different solution and it be better and no more expensive for the end user.
Yeah.
It just...
Yeah. I don't know. I wish the camera had a wider field of view. Because something I noticed in Job Simulator is when you drop something on the floor, instead of it just being on the floor, it vanishes and then pops back into where it should be. Because you can't get anything off the floor.
Boo.
You can't reach down to the floor.
But that's part of the joy of Job Simulator, tossing stuff around and then having to get down on your hands and knees and pick it up. It gives everything a sense of scale and space and
Again, no spoilers, but the hands and knees bit of accounting was very unnerving.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was, yeah. Was I the only person who actually literally got down on my back so I could slide him backwards?
I didn't do it that way because I was having a bit of a screaming fit with... I really got into that. I love, like, recording videos of games like that where I can properly get, like... I get a little bit of space to roleplay and be in a character. Also, fucking... I'm saying this. This is a bit bigging myself up. Fucking nailed the edit job on that. It's almost like it's seamless. You won't even really... I think there's a few places where I had to have very deliberate edits, but a lot of it I managed to just fart around with just enough, so I didn't have everything in there, but you can't really tell, which is good fun. Like, there's a bit where there's two different people shouting at you at the same time, so I just join in with the shouting match, and it's just become... That bit is just an absolute clusterfuck of noise. It's great. I was quite chuffed with that. But no, I didn't go on my back. I went in on the proper way because...
No, I went on my back. I wanted to see it coming.
Ah, John, not that scene. That's about a different one.
Oh no, sorry. I thought we were still talking about the fat bloke and the terrible things he wants to do to you. Never mind.
Oh god. Sorry. When I went into accounting, I was like, this is the dude that made like a jelly bean rape a kid. So, like, at that point, all bets are off. Like, I'm quite scared. I actually have a piece of artwork signed by Justin Roiland. It's actually a piece of artwork that's like exclusive they did for me. I should scan that and put that somewhere on the internet and share it. I got that for... Nice. Actually, I did there's like a charity auction thing and I managed to pick that up because I'm a big fan of his. I forgot I've totally not put that online or anything. Nice. That's just a thing. I mean, yeah, so I'm a big fan and I was quite happy with it. But there was no jump scares, so... I mean, I got a little creeped out in the... Let's just call it the Red Room.
Yep, okay.
There was something a bit... I got through the Red Room quite quickly, because I was like, oh, well,
I wasn't sure why... when the music started playing,
I
had no idea why the music started playing. It's in the backing track. Like, that just started. I was like, what? Why is that happening?
Yeah.
Then I noticed there's a giant skeletal hand emerging from the wall, and I wasn't sure whether that was there the whole time, whether that appeared at some point to freak me out.
Yeah. I bailed before then. So
okay.
I have played it. I played it again to extend upon it and stuff. And it's very sort of where you could go.
The Red Room was the one I spent the most time in.
Yeah, but I spent the most time in that fucking judge's room.
Well, I spent a lot of time in the judge's room, but the thing with the Red Room is that's a sort of game in itself, and I like playing music.
Oh man, I've been playing that synthesizer-y game. Oh, what the fuck was that called?
I like that and don't like it because it's a bit too rigid, I guess would be the word to describe it.
Soundstage, that's the one.
I like my music a bit more acoustic sounding.
While we're on VR stuff, have either of you played Serious Sam VR yet?
No, because that just looks like lots of things running at you.
It is phenomenal. It is... as a shooter in VR, it is perfect.
Yeah, but there's like 60 billion shooters in VR, though. What makes it any better?
This one is so much better than all of them.
Oh, you're picking a fight there on literally my favourite VR game.
It just absolutely nails like the whole point of what should be special about a VR shooter, which is you have to be blind firing, because they're coming at you from so many angles, but like there's no real jump scares, and death doesn't really matter. Respawn is almost instantaneous, and if you fail, it just gives you a tiny bit more money, so you can come even better prepared after you've respawned.
Yeah, but okay.
Like the whole point is like you need to actually like be pointing a gun in one direction, figure out that you're shooting in roughly that direction, and then turn to a different direction and start firing over there, and just kind of hope you're still shooting with the first gun at the right place.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Okay. A Space Pirate Trainer.
Yeah.
Obviously.
My babe.
B, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one with realistic guns that you have to actually manually load the clips and shit. I can't remember.
Handguns,
reloading.
Yeah, horseshoes, handguns, horseshoes, a fucking horse. Fuck.
Serious Sam has no time for reloading. It's got giant mummy monsters who come towards you, and they are literally the size of skyscrapers.
Yeah, but then you've got the other Vive game. Which
are they actually coming at you, or are they going for another thing? Because when they're actually coming at you, that's when I freak out in VR.
No, this is what's actually perfect about this. This is just the boss fight at the end of the first world, so I don't consider it a major spoiler. But it's basically a giant mummy, and it starts off in the distance, and it's like literally picking up massive pillars and tossing them, and you have to shoot them out of the air. But during the fight, it slowly starts walking towards you, and by the end of the fight, it is basically like, if you haven't taken it out like really quickly with like a rocket launcher or whatever, it is basically like a skyscraper tall, looking down at you and leering over you from above. And it's beautiful.
That's pretty neat.
This is a skyscraper-sized boss who starts in the distance and then eventually just ends up on top of you.
Oh, it came out like 2 days ago. That's
yep. It's genuinely very good fun. I just played that today. That'll be a video tomorrow, I think.
yesterday for vlog people.
Yeah, I'm looking at footage of this. There's no way in fucking hell I'm ever playing this shit.
It's not jump scary at... Well, okay, fine. There's one bit underground where occasionally you get a bit scared if a monster
like
comes
raw
from the
data.
side.
Okay,
raw
I'm looking.
data
There's a
freaks
bit
the shit out of
underground.
me.
Everything's dark. The dude's got a torch, and there's massive spiders crawling out from the ground.
They're
I can't
more they're more like beetles, like the roaches from StarCraft 2. They're not really spiders.
I'd like to point something out that I can't even watch that as the video.
Okay, maybe this isn't the game for you.
That's not the game for me, even slightly.
How about there's the mod where you can replace them with koala bears.
Have you played Raw Data, John?
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
No.
Raw Data is the kind of game where you want to have that warning.
Yeah, because Raw Data is a game where it doesn't... You wouldn't expect it, but it isn't even, I don't think, doing it on purpose. It's just they come at you, and it's not like you're being jump scared out of nowhere. It's really... I just don't like... It's one of the very few games of VR where I just went, no, and I've taken my headset off mid-play.
Yep.
Because which is annoying because I was very excited for a day. I got codes for it before it was released, and before it was released, it didn't have that shooty bit. I was excited for it because it's actually got a multiplayer sword fighting thing in. Mm-hmm. And I thought, oh, cool, but no, it's a shooty thing, and it has these people running at you, and they get right in your fucking face, and they throw things in your face. It's just.
I still think Serious Sam works because, though that is happening, you also have a massive minigun and the world's biggest chainsaw. Actually, I think there's a mistake in the scaling because it looks like the minigun and the chainsaw look fine if you look at them on the screen that's being projected onto your computer monitor, but actually in the confines of the VR, it doesn't it feels like you're holding a chainsaw that's about as long as you are. But it looks fine in the footage. It looks like it's normal scale in the footage, so I think the scaling's not quite right with some of the weapons.
I remember when the DK2 was out, a lot of the demo games for that had an option in to change the scale of everything because they knew for some people that everything would seem a bit off. A lot of Vive games don't, and I feel it's an annoying oversight.
In some ways, actually, thinking back to the other entries in the Serious Sam franchise, it is entirely possible that was intentional. They have just given you a minigun and a chainsaw the size of a human man. That actually strikes me as quite feasible and reasonable, yes. But it's hard to be that scared when all the enemies pretty much die in one hit and you've got a massive minigun.
I suppose it is. It's a lot more kind of.
You're not scared. You're not scared and alone, and death is a temporary inconvenience, and yeah. I think it works really nicely as a rapid-paced, hyper-violent shooter.
Oh, it's really expensive, Jesus.
Yeah, well, it's properly put together. It's got a lot of different levels, a lot of different worlds.
I think that this is one of the big things about VR. I think we forget because we get all the VR games for free. But VR games are really fucking expensive. All of them are really expensive. So even you're paying £1,000 for the computer, you're paying £800 for that, and then you're paying like £20 a game. And a lot of these games only have half an hour of content in.
Yeah.
It's a very it's why I love VR, but I can't recommend you buy it right now.
I mean, I'd recommend Space Pirate Trainer. It's £11.
Space Pirate Trainer is great.
Best game. I mean, when you got the Vive, you got 4 or 5 games for free.
You get 3, and the 3 you get for free now aren't as good as they were.
Oh well, we got it. We had we got Job Simulator and Tilt Brush and
Fantastic Contraption wasn't great.
Fantastic Contraption was terrible. The Blue was also one, wasn't it?
No, it was just
that wasn't free when I got it.
Oh, I thought that was one.
It was just those 3. I think currently it comes with. It still comes with Tilt Brush.
Good.
I think it comes with that zombie shooty trainer thing with the cardboard cutouts that come to it. That's shit. And I can't remember the other one. I don't remember. They're not as good. They're nowhere near as good as the original launch titles, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame.
I know.
I really enjoyed Tilt Brush. I think it's perfect first Vive game.
Yeah.
I can see why they wouldn't have it on the PSVR because, of course, you're stock still.
The things people have created with Tilt Brush are phenomenal. I've seen some.
Oh, now it's got scaling and shit. I think I'm going to do another video on it if you want to see one because it's got scaling, so you can make you can zoom in and make teeny tiny little bits of detail.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, is it you can make something, then you can make yourself a tiny person who can walk through it?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Scop VR did that in the Minecraft blocky thing, and I really, really like that all the blocks scale to different things. You can put massive blocks on.
Fuck, have either of you played with Tabletop Sim VR?
Which one?
Tabletop Sim VR.
Yeah.
I've seen some footage of it, but I haven't.
I love Tabletop Sims VR Movement because it has the teleportation, but it also has the nice scaling where if you grab each of the grab buttons on the side and you sort of pull apart, it will it brings the square up in front of you and it shows how much you're changing the scale. And you can make yourself tiny and you can change your height as well by doing that same mechanic and rotate yourself. And because you can make yourself the size of a playing piece on the table. And walk around the table as a playing piece if you want to. Or you can be this massive giant and the table is the size of a small man. No, not a small man.
Yeah, it's quite wonderful.
Yeah. And
there are a lot of very wonderful VR things out there.
Yeah.
And Space Pirate Trainer is the best one. I'm getting so much time out of it. It's relentless.
I do love Space Pirate. I mean, I really like... the music one. Fuck.
Audio Shield?
Yeah, Audio Shield.
See, Audio Shield misses the mark slightly for me, much like the what was the racing version of that called? Christ knows.
I don't remember.
It just doesn't feel, because it's all generated and stuff. It just doesn't feel like it's got the art. If that had a creator mode,
yeah,
I would be down with a creator mode. Just make me click either side and then hold down, click for long ones or big streams or whatever.
Yeah.
And then actually then go back and tweak it and change it and stuff, because there's so many, I'm playing a song and I expect it to, it's getting to it's about to explode, but yeah! And just nothing happens, and it's kind of still the same speed.
Well, you get songs where you expect it to follow a specific beat and it kind of doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, you expect each of those to be, you hit each of those and it doesn't.
Yeah, I never really know what it's going for. And I've played a lot of music games. I mean, I have completed every level on every difficulty of Elite Beat Agents and the two Japanese ones, Osuendu, whatever it's called. Osuenden, what the bloody hell are those games called? Fuck it. I love the music tappy genre. That's my thing. And that, I just kind of go, I really wish you'd gone in and actually made some fucking things of this thing.
Well, this is if I really love Guitar Hero. And I cannot play Guitar Hero in anything other than on the expert mode because of that reason. Because when you want different ones in expert mode, it doesn't hit every note, and
it
misses notes, and then it just, and then I don't, because I'm following the rhythm, and then it's it doesn't follow the rhythm. I got confused, and I can't I play medium worse than I play expert.
Yeah,
and it's just that disc. I annoy it just. You mean even if not a full creator like you say, but a way to tweak the ones for songs you've imported would be nice.
That would be nice.
Anyway.
And in even more flipping VR news, we've got the first shots of the new Vive prototype controller thing.
Oh, the handy one.
The slightly wacky, weird kind of thing that looks even more like it's out of a sci-fi film.
Oh, are they making a glove yet? Because I remember talking to the guy.
Yeah, it's sort of like the as it is now, but imagine it's broken into and sort of attached round.
That's weird. Because I remember when I had a go at the Vive at EGX first time, which was amazing because it wasn't a 5x5 area, and I was talking to him about it. He's like, "Oh, you kind of we're actually working on gloves," and I went, "Oh." And, the idea was that each of the things would be a button, and you'd be able to sort of move your thumb and tap them. And I was like, we're struggling with that though. And it's like, well, yeah.
Now it's a circular thing that kind of is in your palm, and even if you've got your hand open, it's kind of strapped to your wrist. You've just basically got a circular thing. So basically, if no one makes an Iron Man game where you can basically have your palm open and put your palm towards something and it fires a little disruptor thingy, then that's a wasted opportunity because it basically looks like a little improvised first version of Tony Stark's little thruster hand thingies.
Where did you find that?
There'll be articles all over the shop. You'll be able to find it on Eurogamer and lots of other places.
Steam had their Steam Dev Bollocky Days or whatever it is. There's good interesting stuff actually came out of that. The PS4 controllers are now going to be native with Steam or something, and you'll have full customization like you do Steam controllers.
I saw that, yeah.
That's nice. That's super nice. I love having more controller options on PC. We need it. That means you can also, then, if that's native, you could then start getting those Xbox exclusives that aren't exclusive, try and run them through Steam, and then use your PS4 controllers in them.
Whoa, that's wrong. Alright, God did not intend for that to be done.
No, plus the Xbox One controllers are just superior in every way.
Yeah, there's no point doing a PS4.
I got very annoyed going and playing TK 17 on the PS4, because I have to use the PS4 controller, and I haven't touched it, and it creaks, and it's not smooth. I haven't used it in about a year.
Yeah, I had a real fuck off with because I had to have my controller in my pocket while I was doing the PSVR, because to reset the camera because I was kept constantly moving it and trying to track it, and I had the headset on. To reset the camera, you need to push the options button, and the Move controllers don't have an options button.
Oh, great, good.
So you have to. I had the two motion controls like wrapped around my wrists, dangling, and then I had like the fucking. Because when you look in the wrong directions, it shows the PlayStation controller and says press the options button. And I was like, oh shit, you have to go on the PlayStation controller. And then I was like, oh well, the move controls from the PS3, they've got start select. And then like after a while,
they haven't even updated the move controls for the PS4. I thought they would have just changed the buttons at the very least.
It feels slightly smaller, but no, it's the same thing.
Fuck off.
So start select on it.
Oh, that's fucking lazy, Sony. That's just
but right. But it's the thing, because whenever you're looking around, like a little white icon appears with the PlayStation 4 regular controller with the options highlighted. It's like if you want to reset, press this. And so I was using that, and then I realized you can just press the start button on the move controllers. They just don't indicate that, and I was like, why not? Just indicate both.
Worst thing about the PS4 controller is anytime I'm playing a PS4 game, occasionally just flash up on the screen, press X to do something, then I press the wrong button, and me say, no, you mean A. That's the A button, Sony, and I will not hear otherwise.
You know, it's
that
not the X button, it's the cross
is
button.
A. Up and to the right of it is B. Over to the left is X, and Y's at the top. All right?
You say
just
this, John,
accept
it. You say this, John, but Nintendo also does it differently, so it's in a different way every single controller.
Everyone has the X button.
Yeah, but Nintendo's always done things differently. And looking at their sales figures over the last decade, it hasn't been working out for them.
With the button. Ow. So warm. So warm.
On the subject of having to use a PS4 controller, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Revolver 3?
I think I was actually considering playing, because I finished Prison Architect a while back. And I need another complete series just to bridge the gap between that and Planet Coaster. And I really
want them to call it Red Dead Revolver 2 just to confuse people. And just because how much speculation would that trigger?
Quite a lot. You'd have to go back. I was thinking, I might actually play Red Dead Revolver for the next complete series, because I need something that's going to be sort of about 10 hours long would fit quite nicely.
So yeah, we basically got the news. Red Dead Redemption 2, yay! Red Dead Online.
Well, here's the thing, right? I was talking to someone about this the other day, and GTA Online, right? One of the biggest, really the biggest money thing in that game, the biggest consistent money thing in that is the cars and the car customization, right?
Yep.
How they can't do that in Red Dead?
Horses.
But yeah, but you can't pimp your horse.
I want a chrome horse. I want a chrome horse with hubcaps on its hooves.
Like, I feel like you probably will be able to buy a saddle and a
I would pay for a mohawk mane on my horse.
Yeah. War paints.
Yeah,
but I feel you probably will be able to do stuff like that, but it's not like with GTA.
Imagine just kind of rolling up into town, just kind of, pulling up outside the old bordello, and just kind of, you just give your horse a little tap on the flank, and it just raises one of its feet. Solid silver horseshoes. And the ladies of dubious virtue go wild.
Right, so just talk about Red Dead Online.
War horses.
If you go up to like the whorehouse with solid silver horseshoes, like you get a prostitute for free. You get two of them. There's two of them just hop up onto your horse and you just ride out of town. And all the losers with iron horseshoes, they don't get free prostitutes.
Look, I am legitimately excited for Red Dead Online, and let me tell you why. Because Rockstar have always been shit at online, but every game they've gone online in, they have got significantly better every time with how they do it. GTA Online, they're going to take everything they've learned from GTA Online, all the missteps they made with it, and I think they know of the missteps they made in it.
What missteps? They've made all the money in the world.
Well, design missteps.
They don't care about design missteps. They're making all the money in the world, and that's slowly been making less money. Now they're going to make more money again.
From the wording of their on their website, when they were actually saying what Red Dead's about, they had a... They basically go, it's a game like this, and also features an online mode. Like, it's not the Spotlight. The Spotlight is still the single player. Plus, Red Dead's easier to do multiplayer for, because in GTA you've got to be paying attention to hundreds of civilians and cars and a whole big city and all the stuff, all the planes going off, all of that mad shit. In Red Dead, there's nothing. It's just
I really enjoyed Red Dead.
You might have like a little Wright Brothers kind of quad biplane thing. I'd love to kind of tootling around in one of them.
I really enjoyed
Those were slower than a horse.
I really enjoyed the online of Red Dead Redemption.
I did as well.
And a more expanded version of that has the kind of... Because I
never, ever got anywhere in it. I'm like level 3 or something, and I played it for hours and hours and hours. So I just really drive around in a horse.
There's that, but like, you see, I like the idea of the RPG sort of mechanics the RPG-like mechanics in GTA Online. I like the idea of them. It's just Rockstar in practice made GTA Online... the microtransactions, we have discussed many times why they're a problem, but, right... One of the biggest problems with GTA Online is the design of actual playing missions and how everything's a fucking mess on it because they just sort of went, oh, I've got an idea, and they just sort of stuck it in without any care for any of the other things that were in it.
Yeah. They can fix it quite easily. They just get rid of leveling. Just get rid of leveling, which they won't, because leveling is what keeps people playing, but it's what I would like. Just get rid of leveling and then have everything available from the start, and then you can sell your money so everybody can just buy their things.
Even aside from leveling, just design-wise, the missions aren't very interesting. A lot of them are copy and paste.
I feel like GTA 4 was better in multiplayer for actually having like a deathmatch and stuff. It felt more fun. I feel like Red Dead was more fun for that as well.
But this is the thing. I feel they can take what they've learned from GTA Online, realize what the things that people don't read, because they know, a lot of things in GTA Online just aren't played because they're dull, like a lot of the death matches. Find a way to make those things work, and because they will, they know how to make a game, and that's what annoyed I think at least me about GTA Online, because they know how to make a good fucking game, and they just do this shit.
Yeah.
You're going to show up on day one of Red Dead Online, and someone who's either hacked the game or decided to buy ye olde shark deed is going to roll into town with a reinforced ironclad carriage pulled by a stallion wearing horse armor, and they're going to have Gatling guns, which would be totally historically accurate for the time, out of either window, and just mow down anyone they don't know the look of. It's going to be like those armored carrier things in GTA all over again. Yeah, reinforced armoured carriages with Gatling guns on the side. You mark my words, it's going to happen.
I'll pitch an idea of what I think is going to happen in the single player. I think we're going to have a train heist. Actually, it's really quite dodgy to speculate this, because between now and the VOD, the actual trailer for it is going to come out.
Wait, hang on. If you get to a high enough level or you pay enough money, you get to have a train that doesn't need to go on rails anymore. You can just drive your train wherever you want. It's a trackless train. You can just drive your train into town. I would pay for. I'd pay money for that. Gladly.
My 3 million subscriber video where I do another Henderson challenge with Matt, and Matt just rides up on a horse and suddenly goes, and I just pull up in the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Just literally pull up outside the saloon in a train and just park your train, literally filling the town.
Oh dear. And I'm excited. I'm very excited for Red Dead 2, but at the same time, this is them final nail in the coffin. No single player DLC for GTA 5. That's the final nail in the coffin for that.
Yeah, you're probably fucking right about that.
Which is unfortunate. Ooh. Second of all, Red Dead Redemption 2. They're only advertising it for PS4 and Xbox. No mention of PC on the site where you can pre-order them. No mention of PC.
There's two downsides to that. One is they may do the thing with Microsoft where if you buy it on an Xbox, you get it on PC. Yeah. So it might be a Windows 10 exclusive, and they might have got rights for it there, so it might never actually even come to Steam.
Possibly.
Because GTA 4, remember, was games for Windows Live.
I mean, it could be, right? It could... Well, you say this, but they've had, I think, a fair amount of success with their own launcher.
Yeah.
And own systems. And I think they've moved to their own systems now. They've moved everything to their own systems. So I don't think they'll try and use that full on proprietary, but I would see them probably doing a cross thing. Maybe like Quantum Break, because Quantum Break was sort of that, and then they ended up moving to Steam later. But
not even that much later. It was pretty fast.
But let's say it's not. Do you think they'll, like, if they only release it on Xbox and PS4, they'll actually end up releasing on PC?
I think they will this time. I think they will this time because the PS4 and the Xbox are so much closer to a PC than the 360 and the PS3 ever were. Because the PS3 was a fucking nightmare to make games from. It was an absolute fucking nightmare, which is why Red Dead Redemption never made it pretty much anywhere else.
Yeah, and it's why, like, on PS3, even though PS3 had more powerful hardware, technically, the games often looked worse on the system. Like, Red Dead was a great example of a game that ran at a lower resolution, a lower frame rate, and had worse textures on the PS3 because Rockstar they couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, especially because Rockstar maximized the system. I remember that Red Dead Redemption and GTA 5 ran on the same system.
Oh, yeah.
They're worlds apart. They're worlds apart. Like, GTA 5 is when they knew what they were really doing with everything. I mean, the fact that GTA 5, in the state that it does, runs on the PS3, and if you've ever gone back to it, you go, oh my god, this is terrible. But it is such an achievement. I had to turn all the graphics because I was leaving GTA on recently for totally legitimate money gathering reasons, and so I put it in the really low. I put it in like the lowest res and turned all the settings down. And when I ran it in that, it was the fucking
PS3 version with the low textures and the low resolution, and it was running at 60, and I'm looking at this thing going, oh my fuck, it's the worst. Because it ran at like, what, 520p or something at like 25 FPS.
The PS3, well, it hits 25 FPS like GTA did. They seem to think that that's acceptable. I was just looking it up. Yeah, Red Dead ran a 1152 by 640 on the PS3.
Wow.
I think it ran at 720 on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, it ran 720 on the 360 because the 360 was closer to PC architecture.
Yeah.
So everything ran at 720 on Xbox 360. Just pretended it could run 1080, but
all of it
was just upscaled.
That's why I ended up buying, like, I played all Red Dead originally on the PS3, and then I got rid of the PS3 and I bought it on the X360 because I wanted to play it, and I went, oh my god, it looks so much better.
Yep.
And it ran better. And oh my god. There you go, sorry, go on.
I mean, I think because we don't have the PS3 version, we will get PC version, but I think it may be delayed a while they get it right. GTA 5 had a pretty good launch on PC. I know for a lot of people it didn't flat out work, but for a lot of people it did work, and when it worked, it was actually really quite nicely optimized. Like, it runs real nice on PC.
See, because there is that thing, are they just, because they've said fall next year, is it just they don't want to announce the PC for fall next year, or is it just they don't want to announce the PC at all? Because I feel like, it's a bit of a dick move at this point, I think, with the PC market growing as it is, to not release a game like that on PC.
Yeah. The release date surprised me. Like, a year away. That surprised me a lot. Because, I mean, GTA... What was the time from GTA 5 first trailer?
2 years, wasn't it?
It was at least 2 years.
Like, I think maybe they have probably just been developing this quietly in the background and just think, well, you know, bam.
Well, I mean, yeah, because fucking GTA 5 came out 3 years ago, over 3 years ago now. So they've had 3-4 years to build this game.
Bethesda have done better. Bethesda, of course, you may recall, announced Fallout 4 and actually then announced they'd actually released it without telling anyone on Steam the day before, causing a mass stampede out to the exhibition hall where everyone ran off to play it. That was impressive.
Slightly impressive.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly impressive. Hank, where's the...
I mean, it probably will get delayed, let's be honest.
No, there we go. So the game was first announced by Rockstar 25th of October 2011.
Jesus.
It was GTA 5. Oh, we knew it was a while back. And then the debut trailer came out a week after that. So they're kind of doing the same sort of thing. But the actual game came out on the 17th of September 2013. So there was 2 years from the announcement and initial trailer to the game release. Red Dead's doing that in 1 year. Which is interesting.
But they probably will delay it, though.
I think this game may actually... I'm excited for Red Dead 2. I'm very excited for Red Dead 2 because Rockstar aren't being held back by the PS3. I mean, they had to get GTA 5 to work on the PS3, and then they put it over. It was a PS3 game that they ported, but did a really nice, shiny job of the port.
Yeah.
This is a game they're making exclusively for the next... This is their first next-gen game.
But you say this, but next-gen, now at this point, and in a year's time, it's still hugely behind.
Yes, but that's because, right, and this is a very important thing, that when the next gen started was pretty much when GTA 5 came out, and GTA 5 is one of the most advanced video games I've made. And I remember some review said the next gen doesn't start until Rockstar says so, and I think they're right. I think that they're about to, with Red Dead, bring a level, especially considering it's quite a barren open world, I think they're about to bring a level of graphics and depth that we haven't seen before. I genuinely believe that they are currently making one of the greatest games ever made. Which they tend to be. I mean, are there any companies that have such a high hit record as Rockstar? I was thinking about this the other day. If I was to list the best video game companies because people say don't pre-order. They're always like, don't pre-order. Like, I think pre-ordering a Rockstar game is a safe bet.
Oh yeah, no, it's a... Yeah.
But what other companies is pre-ordering a game a safe bet for?
I'd say
there was
Valve,
a period
maybe?
when Rareware would have been that.
Rareware would have been on that list.
Not anymore, sure, but there was a period. There was a period that spans like almost a full decade when basically it was nothing but hits.
Yep.
No, I'd say Valve.
I would not say Valve.
Really?
Yeah, I would not say Valve at all. For several reasons. One is they haven't made a video game in 65
well,
years
this is true, but I'm saying used to. I'm not saying are. Saying
no. I'm saying are. R is what I'm kind of going for.
Currently, well, Bethesda are probably the closest, but even they're not really up there.
Let's have a look at list of Valve video games. So what have they released? What was their last game they released?
Would have been Portal 2, wouldn't it?
Well, Counter-Strike Global Offensive came off that. There's Dota as well, but I don't. That does nothing for me. I'm having a look.
Okay,
now.
here we go. 5-year window into everything that was produced by Rare. We've got Donkey Kong Country, Killer Instinct. This is 1995 to 2000. Donkey Kong Country and its sequels, Killer Instinct and its sequels, Blast Corps, GoldenEye 007, Diddy Kong Racing, Banjo-Kazooie and sequels, the Conker games, Jet Force Gemini, Donkey Kong 64, Perfect Dark, and then just out of that window you get into where it starts going downhill. Mickey Speedway USA, Star Fox Adventures. But that 5-year window, there is not a bad game in there.
Yeah.
Those are, many of them are considered classics.
Okay, looking at Valve, right. You got Half-Life 1, Counter-Strike, Half-Life 2, all the Half-Life 2 bits, Gary's Mod, TF2, Left 4 Dead,
really make Gary's
Portal.
Mod, did they?
No, they're published. Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, so
Portal
2009.
1, Portal 2.
Yeah, so 2000.
Dota, which has generally been accepted as a very good game.
11 was Portal 2?
Yeah, 11. April 11. The Lab is their most recent game, technically.
That's true. They've got the Lab.
Day of Defeat, Source, and Alien Swarm. What the fuck are these?
But I mean, there was a while when they were making, games every year, and now they just... I mean, Valve isn't a company that makes games anymore. Valve is a company that makes money.
Oh, big shame, isn't it? What else? What other companies have this sort of prestige?
I'd argue Creative Assembly, but that's just because I'm addicted to Total War.
They've
basically made nothing but Total War for the last 2 decades.
I was about to say, I would if they'd actually tried to make anything else. We could have seen...
you know what? No, they were behind Alien Isolation as well. That's been very highly regarded. That
has? I'd like to say... oh, God. Fucking Twitch chat saying CD Projekt Red. Yeah, you're right about that one. CD Projekt Red are a staple of quality that I think is unmatched. Like, I'd put them up with Rockstar for creating massive... Like, fucking that Witcher 3 DLC I still can't even get over. The Blood and Wine of just how... I really want to just sit down with that game and just play the shit out of that game.
Sorry, what the fuck is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, and why is it the second highest rated game on Steam? I think you mentioned this last week.
What is what?
Ty the Tasmanian Tiger is the second highest rated game on Steam below the Lab.
Because people like to upvote shit games.
Okay, I would have said IO Interactive, but I forgot that on top of Hitman and Freedom Fighters, which is phenomenal, they sadly also kind of made Kane and Lynch.
Yeah.
That kind of undermines. If they'd only made Hitman and Freedom Fighters, I'd just say, IO, put them in there.
If you want, if we're doing anyone, not just full AAA game developers, Tom Francis.
Tom Francis is, yes.
Yep, fun.
Absolutely, I put Tom Francis on that list of I will buy anything that he makes because his games, they're the kind of games that I would make. They're just great. Okay, so I was on the CG Project Twitch thing, not Twitch, the wiki just to see what they made, and they pretty much only made The Witcher. They got Cyberpunk coming out in 16 years. But the very last line of their Wikipedia article is, the company aims to follow the Rockstar Games model. And I was like, oh, what? Make really good games? That's a great model. Why don't more people follow that model?
It's the model of, I suppose, making a really big, high-budget game every several years, rather than sort of what Ubisoft and EA do.
Yeah, which is multiple teams, multiple projects, sort of thing.
Yeah,
they have
one
big
fucking huge thing. I suppose the risk there is you just, if that game flops, that's your studio dead.
Yeah, the risk also there is that you can get bored on it. People saying Double Fine. I don't think Double Fine have been hitting harder recently.
Yeah, they did have a few mishits, didn't they?
I mean, let's see what Double Fine...
They're bouncing back a bit, I think, but they did have a fair amount of not bad games, really, but not.
I mean, they've been hitting a lot of remasters recently, which is a bit of a thing.
I mean, if we exclude the remasters,
Ooh.
well, you got like a hack and slash, which.
Well, let's look for the last 5 years, shall we? What's that? 2011. So, stacking, big tick. Iron Brigade, meh.
Costume Quest is in there as well.
Costume Quest 2010.
It's 11 on Steam, apparently.
Well, because it came on consoles first.
Yeah.
Sesame Street Once Upon a Monster, big tick, that's really good. Happy Action Theatre, the only Connect Play My Ever Really game. Only Connect Play My Ever Really game. Thanks, Brain, that was really good.
Good job.
Middle Manager of Justice, piece of shit, mobile phone game, microtransactions. Connect Party was sort of the sequel to the Happy Action Theatre, which again was just silly fun. The Cave I was just disappointed in, didn't really do much at all. Then they got stuff that I've just not played, like Drop
Broken
Court.
Age, which...
Broken Age starts strong and the second half just isn't good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It feels kind of rushed. I don't know.
I've never played a game. When it comes to Broken Age, I've never played a game with more breakfast cereals in it.
That's possibly true. I mean, maybe a later Sims game, possibly. Hack and
true.
Slash I enjoyed. I do like Hack and Slash.
It's got mixed reviews, though. It's got mixed reviews.
The problem with Hack and Slash is by the end you need a degree in programming to progress. It gets a bit sort of complicated. Costume Quest 2, I literally have no
It's got good reviews, but I suppose it was just a sequel.
Yeah, I've got no recollection of.
It's just the same
Jesus.
game, really, isn't it?
The other one I had no recollection. Sorry, it's just a side note. The new trailer for the new Assassin's Creed movie came up. There's like, trailer for the Assassin's Creed movie, and I just kind of sat there for 5 minutes going, I would have put money down that was already out.
Actually, you're right, just because of the amount of chats there was on about a few months ago.
Yeah, I remember.
Which I assumed would have been around launch.
Yeah, but no, it's apparently not out yet. So, yeah, Hack and Slash, alright. Space-Based DF9 was a car crash. Grim Fandango Remastered, Day Technical Remastered. Oh, Massive Chalice I've still not played. It's just sort of sitting there. Headlander was very good. I enjoyed Headlander.
Well, that's what I think they're popping back a bit, but they did have quite a few games which either weren't good or just were eh.
Yeah, I think the fact they're releasing like 4 or 5 games a year just means that they don't have the big hitters. Like, if you pick one game a year, so we go stacking, and then Double Fine Action Theatre, and then, well, that was just a bad year. And then Hack and Slash, and then Massive Chalice, and then Headlander, and then Psychonauts 2 when that comes out. Like, one game a year, they'll be nailing it. Because they have this little project, it does pull it down. Which means you don't guarantee the quality. Bungie! Yeah, alright, thanks to his chat.
Okay, this is a bit of a cheaty one.
I like it. Bungie joke. Yeah, you kind of have to do
This is a bit of a cheaty one, but Firaxis. Which is basically just Sid Meier's vanity publisher.
Yeah, but you say that, but fucking Beyond Earth wasn't regarded as very good.
It's divisive, but it's not like terrible. Just some people didn't like it, some people do
we're
really
talking
like
about,
it. But basically, all the civilizations,
all
the classic Sid Meier, everyone's loves.
John, we're talking about a game developer where we can say safely that it's fine to buy every game, pre-order all the games.
Yes, and I think a lot of people were very happy with Beyond Earth. Yeah,
but a lot of people weren't, which means it's not really good, is it?
And then XCOM hasn't had a single bad entry into the franchise yet. All the classic Sid Meier stuff. I think Firaxis is a pretty safe bet. Starships and Sid Meier's Beyond Earth both have mixed reviews.
I feel like with The Witcher and with CD Projekt Red and Rockstar, I'd recommend their games to anyone, whereas I'd only recommend Firaxis' games to certain people.
Yeah, I think for me, Firaxis is 100% hits, but for some people it might not be. But then, I'm not sure you're ever going to find anyone who's made a game. I'm not sure you can find a single game that's a hit for literally everyone. Some people are not going to like Portal. Some people are not going to like any of our favourite games.
Well, no, but you can definitely appreciate, if you boot up GTA and you see that city, you'll definitely take something away with it. And The Witcher 3, there's that sense of scale and adventure that those games have that I think transcends what you'd look for in a game.
There is a lot of people who will go into a strategy game like Civ 5, I don't know what's happening, I'm confused, and they'll just...
Yeah, I'm kind of like, if a strategy game doesn't have a good intro or tutorial, it's lost to me for a very long time.
Oh, I like being confused. Then I can just make stupid decisions and pretend I know what I'm doing.
Fuck you, John.
Everyone loves those series.
Fuck you, John.
Someone said Naughty Dog. I disagree heavily.
Yeah.
I don't like what Naughty Dog do. I like that they, actually bother to tell stories in their games, but... I don't know, Uncharted 4 does nothing for me at all. The Last of Us was okay. Actually, no, fuck them. They released that Jak and Daxter piece of shit for Vita that runs at like 20 FPS. Fuck them. That's a pile of shit. You lose forever. You got 3 more years of good games to make. A lot of people saying Blizzard. I don't know.
I was literally just looking up Blizzard, thinking, is this worth considering or not? Blizzard has a pretty damn strong hit rate.
Yeah, I suppose, but again, I mean, they make things.
In recent years, Warcraft classics, the original StarCraft considered classic. StarCraft 2, not a classic, but still pretty damn good. Diablo 3 was fairly well regarded. Overwatch is excellent.
So, someone said Platinum Games. Oh, what, the people that made Star Fox Zero? Yeah, no, we'll totally put them on the list. I'll put them up the top. Yeah, the people who made Metal Gear Rising and Star Fox Zero. Ooh, top of the list.
Yeah, there is definitely a case to be made for Blizzard. Though actually, interesting, I've just learned that Blizzard, in 1994, made a game for the Super NES called The Death and Return of Superman. I want to play that game. I want to play the Super NES game, The Death and Return of Superman.
I'm trying to think now. It is like I mean, game series wise, like you could easily say, I think with like an Elder Scrolls game or a Fallout game, you'd be pretty safe to pre-order those.
Oh yeah, no, I'd say. I mean, like they kind of buggy at the start, but I'd say that now, especially after Fallout 4, like Bethesda have me. Actually, no, I can't. I can't say Bethesda because they released Fallout 4's piece of shit mobile phone piece of shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Bethesda alone, mostly, but there
Kojima Productions. Oh, you're funny.
No, Dean, you had to laugh more than that. That wasn't enough.
You're funny. You're funny. Jesus.
I'm just looking at my top play games, like fucking. My top play games are all from Rockstar, Bethesda, or Square Enix.
Square Enix are so fucking hit and miss. There's no point in.
They are though. That's the problem.
Oh my god! Can I bitch about Dragon Quest Builders?
I thought that was quite fun.
Oh my god!
It was a bit insubstantial, but it was fun.
Okay, so it's the slowest game I've ever played in my entire life. Like after an hour and a half, I built like a room. Because I was like, it's like Minecraft with a point. That point is just to be a dick. It has the worst logo in the world. Absolutely, hands down, Dragon Quest Builders has the worst logo in the world. Because the Builders
not a specific criticism.
It's so bad. Could you actually, Matt, could you find the Dragon Quest Builders logo?
It's just the word Dragon Quest with builders and a blocky thing because it's made out of blocks.
You say that, but it's not. It's so much worse. Could you find a PNG of it and stick it up on the Podcatsy thing?
What's wrong with it?
Audio only people, it'll be in the description.
Basically, you know how like it's supposed to be a builder block thing.
Well, it's kind of a town building thing, sure.
Yeah, but the logo is supposed to be blocks.
Well, the builder bit is, yes.
Yeah, they don't line up with the squares shapes.
This is a Yahtzee Croshaw level of petty grievance right here.
Some of them are curved, some of them are jaggedy edges, and the lines just don't match up. It's the most I have actual anger when I see it. Like it's literally I hope whoever made it is killed because they cannot bring anything good to the logo.
What has this game actually done to you?
The game itself I got really bored of.
Oh shit! Yeah, it just got fucking. They've just taken.
It's literally like just a texture they plopped over the top. It's so bad. It's so. It's on the screen now.
But
look at the lines. Look at those lines. They just don't. They don't line up with the squares.
But on one side of the U, they've done it properly. On the other side, they just haven't. What's the point?
Yeah. It's all off the tits. And there's bits where it's cut out for curves instead of actually being curves, and then it curves a little bit anyway. So it looks like it's just got some weird square bites taken out of it. But they just don't that's I could do that. Okay, I could make that fit.
Ignoring the fact that Dan's just gone mad, I will agree with his previous not mad point that Minecraft I struggled with because it had no tutorial at all. This probably has a bit too much tutorial.
Oh my god.
The pendulum has swung too far.
It just doesn't. Did you ever get to chapter 2?
When does chapter 2 begin? Is that when you go over to the first island?
No, chapter 2. Oh my god, no. The whole first island is chapter 1. Chapter 2 is when the game stops and gives you leave. You just leave. You have to leave everything behind.
I didn't get to that. I played for like 3 hours, but I was more concerned with just building a nice little proper brick wall and stuff.
I'd like to point out a lot of these criticisms come from Rebecca, because she's playing it, and every time she plays it, she's like, I don't know if I'm enjoying this, or it's good. Like, she doesn't know if she's enjoying it, or if she's just, like, addicted to it, and she's just addicted to it. Because it's Hitler. Like, you get to chapter 2. It's a building creative construction game. You get to chapter 2, you leave your base behind, you leave behind all the resources you've saved up. You go with 1 berry, is what you take to the second place, which apparently doesn't connect to the first place at all. You take 1 berry, right, and you forget almost all your recipes. You start the game again. You just start the game again.
I think you'll get back to your original base.
It's not the point, though.
Would you? I don't think so, because that game tanks like a motherfucker if you're building anything. But you lose everything, and that logo is so bad.
No, I think you'll be allowed to get back to your original
My
base.
Poop Game of the Year awards is going to be just that game at this point.
What? Okay, it's not
terrible.
Great, but that's
it's absolutely
There are
Hitler.
far worse games. Have you not played Homefront: The Revolution?
Well, if you want to build if you want to build like a little staircase, you want to build your little staircase. To build that staircase, you have to you push square to build, and you push L1 to look up and R1 to look down. So you're standing on a block. You push hold R1 to look down, push square, let go of R1, push square, circle jumps up onto a thing, and then hold R1 again. And it's such a it's just my brain doesn't get around that. Plus, X is open the fucking settings menu. It's not jump. All the controls are fucking backwards and unconfigurable. You can configure which button, because the back buttons do fuck all. So you can configure what up and down is. But you can't actually configure the really important button. Like X, which is open menu, is also talk to people. The amount of times people just move out of my way of talking to... Oh, it's also open door. The amount of times I'm just not close enough to a thing and open a menu, and and I have to wait a second and then close it again.
Did you walk in on, Rebecca in this game having sex or something? Because I really feel there's a lot of unresolved anger here.
I walked in on... Rebecca gives me a 30-minute rant about this game every time she's finished playing it. And it's
is Rebecca there? Rebecca's there, isn't she?
No, she's not. She's downstairs playing Dragon Quest Builders.
She's been doing it for 30 hours at this point.
Oh my god, right? Literally, at the end of my PSVR video, it just turns off. Like, my PSVR just fucking cuts out. And I've realised what may have done it is she may have, turned a PS4 on and accidentally logged into my account downstairs. But I don't know, because it just goes completely black. And I'm like, oh, okay. I assume it just committed seppuku, or that power unit. You get a mini PS4. You get this device that looks like a PS4 with the PSVR.
I like that. You're going to have the PS4 Pro, which is 2 PS4s on top of each other, and then you get a little mini PS4.
Yeah, but that's so fucking annoying, because I don't have the actual space for that. And I had to, because my PC is quite fluid, and I can plug things into it, and it's all exposed stuff. But all my consoles are very much in secure, lovely places, and it took fucking forever to set that thing up, and now I've had to unplug it all and move it downstairs. Because I'm not going to record with it up here, because it's just nightmares. I'll have to record. It's easier to move my recording
playing Dragon Quest Builders. Rebecca, stop playing Dragon Quest Builders. She's in the fucking chat.
It's alright. It's not a bad game. It's not a great game. It's just an okay game.
That's the problem. You shouldn't play okay games to death.
Yeah, but it's an addictive okay game where I get to build a big wall and then make it magically turn into brick.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tom Syndicate. I'm sorry, gambling alright for children now.
I like not playing it. I'm enjoying playing. Hey, let's talk about a game that isn't shit. 2K17, WWE 2K17, really fun.
Yeah,
I don't know what wrestling is.
It's a thing you should buy, and I genuinely recommend you should buy it because the level of customization now goes beyond a Saints Row game. You can do fucking anything.
But I don't understand wrestling games. I've never understood them. They've always confused me with weird, health bars that don't make any sense.
Well, they don't have health bars, that's the thing. It's more of a stamina sort of system.
It's stamina bars that never struck me as making any sense. Because sometimes
you do have a health bar that's, genuinely how fucked over you are, but
I just don't understand when I am and am not allowed to win a game, or why I win or don't win a game. Any time I've ever played a wrestling game, I've just had no idea whether or not I'm winning and why and how I win. Because they never seem to tutorialize
the problem is, these new ones, right, it's a lot of it is less about winning and a lot about, getting the match rating up.
Yeah. You get a lot of points for actually getting a good match rating, which means you have to, they still didn't fix my issue with the match rating system, which is that the AI should be contributing.
Look, Rebecca thinks fucking Dragon Quest Builders is the worst game. She agrees.
Her actual quote there on the Twitch chat is, "It's literally the worst game, and I keep playing, and I don't know why."
Just because it's stolen your girlfriend doesn't mean it deserves to be the most poop game award of 2016.
I mean, there's
whatever
nothing
year
else,
It's
is there?
literally the worst game I played this year, because I've actually avoided playing bad games this year. I've desperately tried to avoid playing terrible things. But no, right, 2K17, right? The customization is now ludicrous. It's like, first of all, you like customize your character's face. You get like individually move like the points. Like, so if you're on their eye can you can move the actual eye just around the face if you want, and like give it depth and stuff. But you can actually pick the individual points. There's like 10 or so points around the eye, and just pull and move them, and it stretches the eye and it sets everything. And then you choose like depth and all that sort of stuff. The customization is insane. All of the clothing now it's all like white by default, so it looks like it's sort of not got any texture or anything on it, because you add the texture and the color by yourself. So, and last time they had those beautiful like shiny metallic textures and stuff. There's now like, I think like 10 or 11, possibly even 12 new textures, including like rainbow color and stuff, and they load up instantly. If you're holding back to get the PC version, there's literally no need to wait. There's no need to wait, because I've had no issue with the loading times. The like changing between hairstyles and everything is pretty much instant. There's no real need to wait. Oh, the PC version is not going to be the console version. It runs at a smooth 60. It's so nice on consoles.
John's talking in the chat and complaining about us talking about wrestling. John, is this how you feel when me and John talk about Hitman?
Yeah, but if we talked about wrestling in every single episode...
We've not discussed Hitman yet.
Oh,
John.
Wait, later. Look, 2K16 is great, and it is...
2K16, 2K17, motherfucker!
Okay, look, right? I can recommend it if you turn off the fucking commentary, Jim.
Oh yeah, first thing I did. Literally in the first battle, I was like, oh cool, it's not got the new commentary teams, but it's nice, it's got look stuff. And literally the first thing said, ran out like, knocked the guy down, stamped on him, it's putting those educated feet to good use!
Oh, it's going to be his diet for the foreseeable future. No, my big thing is when you're doing women's matches.
They're still called divas.
No, because I've got, they are in the game, but like obviously this has a really good women's roster, finally.
Oh yeah. Shit's got Lita in it. Fuck me, I've been playing as Lita a lot.
And you're playing as these female wrestlers, and you have fucking you got Jerry Lawler going like, oh, do you think she'll be my arm candidate? Oh, I'm in room 6. I'm in the fucking
it's like Trump's in the room.
6.
It's very
oh my god, just stop.
I will point out the best thing is during Chris Jericho's entrance. Sometimes Jerry starts talking about how he's called the best in the world, and that must infuriate CM Punk. Yeah, that sets the tone. That sets the tone of that quite.
It's like nobody's listened to these voiceover things in years.
They got thousands and thousands of lines. It's not the thing they fixed up on.
I really liked that when because it used to annoy me that someone would enter and then it kind of cut to the crowd, it'd load, and then the next person. Now it kind of cuts to a back camera of the person who entered first looking at the stage and the entrance starting.
Yeah.
Like, I love the new camera angles, and it just feels so much more like actual wrestling.
Yeah, they've done a really, really, really nice job. I like the fact you now go backstage in pretty much any match. You can go into the crowd and fight.
Oh yeah,
it's lovely. I love that you can taunt on the fucking ropes, mate. Taunt on the fucking ropes. It's what I wanted for. I like that they've totally changed the taunt system. Taunts no longer get you momentum up. That's the biggest change. I love that they do these big changes every year. Like last year with the reversal thing, where they're limiting reversals. They needed big balls to change that. Indeed, changing how taunts work is great.
I still hate submissions. I know you can change them, but I even hate the ones you change them.
Oh, the ones you changed to are really hard, and I'm quite. It's a bit better. The one they've changed it to.
Well, no, because the problem was right. The roundy one, like I could always get out with submissions using that, but I could never do them. And in this one, I can't do either. So if I'm battered, I can't do the submissions. I can't win them. And if it's an early in the match, I can easily get out of them. And I think that's just the perfect balance for them. I mean, of course, the game is totally tweakable, so you can tweak all these settings and stuff. I believe submission difficulty is one of them, so you can tweak it down. Oh, can you?
Yeah. I believe so.
I think there was a full. I remember there being a full menu for like AI customization.
Yeah. Like you fully can customize how much the AI reverse you and everything. Like, and if it's like specific moves that they're doing too much, you can change them. If you think they need to counter strikes a little bit less, you can turn that stuff down. And that's aside from the actual difficulty settings of the kind of moves and stuff they do. I'm playing on a high difficulty. I used the accelerators that came with the season pass because I bought it with the season pass because I fuck you. I love these games. I really love these games. And it had an accelerator that unlocked everything. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to go for the unlocks. But everything uses the same currency. So your skills, your character's like attributes and shit, and all of that stuff uses the unlocks.
Or VC, yeah.
It's all uses this one system, which you can get through exhibition matches and stuff. And I was like, okay, if that's the case, then I'll use the unlock thing just to get the characters, because then I'll actually pump it into the character. But then there's like so many more things you need to use your points on. And I was like, okay, I'll use that accelerate thing. So I've got a really strong character because I want to go like the Paul Heyman guy path. And so I played last with like Scipio and stuff. And any time I played it, I've always been a really weak up and comer. This time I'm coming kind of in like Shinsei Nakamura. I'm coming in like top level of NXT. But to counter that, I've whacked the difficulty up. I'm playing it on legend mode, so it's fucking my balls over quite viciously. So counters are like deathly superior. I'm fucking loving it. It's literally the best game I played this year.
The problem, like, you see, I play this game differently. I don't really like playing the career mode. I just like setting up matches and playing them.
Yeah.
I'll do that for hours. So having all the characters for me is a big thing.
Yeah.
And obviously, I got the collector's edition, which doesn't come with the season pass. It's a very common thing now for collector's editions. They don't come with the season pass anymore.
Yeah. I'm pissed off that I don't have the season pass because I really want to play Shinsei Nakamura. And he's a pre-order thing, wasn't he?
He's a pre-order.
No, Goldberg was the pre-order.
No, Goldberg's pre-order. The NXT edition comes with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Hey, 2K, if you're listening to this, could you send us a code for Shinsei Nakamura lot and Goldberg?
Fucking right, and I would buy the season pass, but I'm sort of sat there going, well, yeah, but I want it on PC, and I don't want to buy the season pass on PS4 to then have to buy it later on PC. Because, but then I want all the characters, and I bought Mankind, and then started going, oh, I want Jake the Snake, and it's like, oh, I can't buy Jake the Snake. I want a Swoop. Give me a snake.
Yeah,
not a penis.
Give Matt penis if you want. I mean, that's absolutely fine. Send it. Free post. PO box.
You should get a free post.
I think overall it's a great game. I seriously recommend it, even to you, John.
Yeah, well, yes,
He had himself muted.
I would seriously recommend getting a wrestling game, even if you've never played them, and doing a video on it.
Yeah, but not even not played wrestling games. I've basically never watched wrestling either. I don't know who any of these colourful individuals are.
It's fine because the game is so in this game.
I would say later entries into the Total War franchise are brilliant, but I don't think you'd enjoy them anyway.
I like Total War.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck off.
Okay, fine.
I want to be on the new series of Time Commanders. That's how much I love Total War.
That's a fair point. You had mentioned that before.
Yep.
I just assume anything you ignore and for enough on your channel, you presumably don't like.
Yeah, that's not strictly
Look, John, right. Look, 2K talk to you, right? We had to buy this. No, you don't.
I actually spent money on a video game like a pleb.
No, I played 11 hours of Civilization 6 yesterday.
Fuck yourself. No, this is a point.
No, it wasn't fun. It was because the preview ended 5 a.m. this morning, so I literally had to finish the series.
Will it kill your save files and everything?
Yeah, it kills the save files. I checked. It does not carry over. So I had to basically, starting from about 700, I had to finish the game in a single day. Blimey. I played for 11 hours pretty much straight.
Well, all right. You should pick up, even if you're not a wrestling fan, pick up a 2K, the most recent game, because the level of customization, you can design your own belts, you can design your own arenas, and change all the big screens and stuff, and where they are, and what kind of clothes the audience wear, and how the cameras work, and what color the lighting is. And you can actually create your own shows to go with that, so you could literally have the Many a True Nerd wrestling,
the fucking Nerd³ lollipop.
That was amazing. I'm joking, because you can upload logos from your computer just using a browser. You get a several-digit sort of code on the game, and you just log in using that code onto the 2K website. You just copy stuff from your computer, and you just put logos onto it, and then you could in loads of different sizes, and it'll tell you what they could be used for, and then you can put them on your character as well. So you just have all of these just beautiful customization options, so you could have the Many a True Nerd wrestling show with all of your logos and stuff. You could design what the color of ropes individually. All 12 ropes, you can customize what color each individual one is.
Which is nice now, because one of the problems with it is out of date, and it's a lot. You can't just make the new arenas.
Yeah, I've seen people who've already just made the new SmackDown and Raw arenas pretty much perfectly.
It doesn't have custom music, as someone in the chat. That's the one thing it's missing.
That is true. I assume that I'd love it if the PC version did that. But you can make your own Titantron videos now. I mean, that's an old feature that they brought back, but that is great. Because I said something wrong, completely wrong in the video. I said it's the highlight reel at the end is where you save the video files from. But it's not. At any time in the game, any time during a match, you pause the game, you then get a highlight, you can click highlight reel, and it just shows you the last, like, minute or so, and you could then select the bits from that. So if something happens, you can immediately add that to your character's Titantron entrance. You can record a little bit of footage, you can set the angle right and all that sort of thing. That's
John.
the shit! That game is the shit.
John, okay, this is the thing as well, actually, it's worth noting, right? We don't have to buy games, right? And it's very easy to go, if we don't get sent a code, to just go, we won't bother looking at it.
Yeah, and see, this is the reason I didn't pre-order it, is because I don't know if I'm getting a review copy or not. You never know. It's a slight issue.
But it is the idea of, there's a lot of games where it's like, they just don't get codes, and I go, I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah.
But, like, it's a game we both bought.
Yeah.
For full price at release.
Yeah.
Which, it's good. John, get a code. You can get them for free. Fuck you, John.
What? Sorry, what?
John,
Yes?
just email 2K, right? They suck your dick, you suck theirs, it's fine. Get a code.
Actually, the person I speak to is a woman, so that would cause trouble.
Then grab her by the pussy, John.
Oh.
Maybe this is why they...
This is probably why they don't send us codes. Like the reason, right? Because before we go any further, the reason we actually, if a game doesn't send us a code, I won't play it, is because I just have so many games to play because of the job. So if I have a code, like I get sent, like I got a code for Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and I was like, nah, I played the demo, thanks. That code fucked off into the ether. So for me, just because I have such limited time to actually play stuff, codes are essential. Just because actual spending money is a fucking business expense.
Yeah, and below a certain level, if you bought a new AAA release and the video doesn't do well, like at my level, I'd probably lose money on a video if I bought a game brand new.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
For £60, there's no guarantee a video is going to make that back.
No.
It gives the freedom as well of that. I think a lot of times if you were buying all the games, you might feel obligated to make a video even if it wasn't very good. But now, if you get the game, it's like, well, you can make a video and if it's not very good, you don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah, plus, I like to just sit, because we tend to get codes eventually, but it also means that I can skip, like, the shitty PC launches. Like, there's not going to be a Mafia 3 video until that's not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that option of skipping things.
I mean, we didn't get a Mafia 3 code, so it's a bit relevant.
Yeah, because that's 2K again.
Yeah.
I got a couple of Mafia 3 record players.
Like, fucking 3 2K games came out recently, and there's fucking none of them.
Yeah.
Yourself, John.
Actually, what came out? There were some games that sort of came out. I'm going to have to find that fucking game release list again. I can't remember what fucking website has the really good list, and now I can't find the fucking thing again.
I mean, I could actually fucking... I'm going to link you to a website, Dan. I'm going to give you my login for it. I'm not going to say it because it's a special press website.
Oh! And then he just puts it on the screen.
This is what I use to get all my stuff from. There you go. And that has all the releases on there as well.
Ooh, there we go. So I actually see what's going on.
Oh my goodness. And speaking of codes, I just got code for Expeditions Viking.
What?
It's like Civilization, but with Vikings. You're nothing but Vikings on hexes. I saw it at EGX Res last year. It looks amazing.
Yeah, but I feel like I just play Civ and just pretend to be Vikings.
Yeah, you could just basically... I could just actually... You know what? You're right. I could just play Civ 6 right now and just play as Norway, because I can do that.
No, you can't, because your preview's up, John.
Shit, you're right.
Ah,
I'm a filthy, dirty pleb like Matt. A Civ 6-less pleb.
No. You know what? No. See, you don't even know, John, because fucking... You know what we get codes for? That's right. Ship 17. You ain't got a code for Ship 17.
What the fuck is Ship 17?
Exactly.
I would like to point out, right, that we were sent a PSVR for free with all things. And I do disclose that in the video because I think that's a big thing, so I'm going to disclose that. And then I just kind of spent the video shitting on it. That's the reason.
In all fairness, like, I get sent a lot of codes for stuff I've never heard of before. Okay, I've literally just opened up my promotions tab in Gmail. Things I just happen to have codes for. Robot Squad Simulator 2017. Farabelle, Toy Odyssey, Manowar Corsair. I do actually know what that one is, though. Streets of Rogue.
Oh god, we got so many codes for that fucking like smash and grab on the studio closed up like a week later.
Which is really sad because they made Sleeping Dogs, which was really good.
They did.
It's really sad they're dead.
It's kind of hilarious.
Triad
after a
Wars,
week of them
maybe the
releasing
fact
a new
that Triad
game.
Wars died should have been a warning sign that things were not all rosy over there.
Yeah.
So that was... I'm genuinely a bit sad they're gone, because by all accounts they were a good studio and it feels like some good people were working there.
Dan, while you look up that list...
I'm on that list. I'm looking through shit
Me,
that's coming out
John.
next week. Like Dragon Ball Xenoverse is like less than a week away.
Wait, Dan.
Huh?
Me and John are going to have our designated 3 minutes of Hitman talk.
It's not going to take 3 minutes. The new elusive
up
target
to 3
is
minutes.
shit.
There's a new one, isn't it? But they've announced the final episode
It's
as well.
awful. They announced it last week. I'm sure we discussed this last week.
I think we did.
Yeah, the new elusive target is dreadful. Don't even bother.
I haven't tried it. What is it?
Basically, you have to like follow someone around Marrakesh.
Oh, it's Marrakesh. Jesus.
But you have to follow them around for absolutely flipping ages, and I can't even be bothered. I happen to be having some connectivity issues at the time, so I'm not even bothering with it. Because I literally, like, if you just happen to be standing in a place the game thinks is, oh, too close, the courier's got suspicious, then he just does an entirely separate loop and doesn't bother picking up the thing. So in the end, it just ends up, like, flipping... I think I spent, like, 50 minutes not making any progress.
Are they going to bother doing one in fucking Bangkok as well?
I hope so at some point, but that one, I don't even know if I'm going to be bothered with that one. But yeah, this whole following the courier at a distance thing is so boring, I don't think I can even be bothered with it. I'm going to wait till they just give me one where I have to, like, I don't know, kill someone, being an assassin.
No, you're a hitman.
Yeah, but like that means my job is not tracking couriers. I feel like someone at the agency should be doing that for me. Like, you know, Hitman doesn't, after he's killed someone, have to go and sneak into like the cleaning closet, get a kind of a bucket and a mop and actually mop up the blood, because cleaning's also his job. That's someone else's job.
Yep. I'm making a list of games I want to talk about.
No, I think just...
No, that one's bad, and I want a better one, because that one's just not very good.
None of them have been particularly good.
This one's particularly... I've always thought that, like, none of them have been spectacular, but plenty of them have been, like, fun little variations. This one is genuinely poor.
Yeah.
A lot of
I
games
didn't like the
coming
priest.
out. Holy shit, there's a lot of games coming out.
Here's something I'm excited about for a game I'm almost certainly not going to bother playing.
Huh.
Pokemon Sun and Moon has taken hidden machines out by the looks of it.
What?
Meaning
An actual change?
you no longer have to have HM slaves. Meaning, previously, of course, Pokemon's big thing is, oh, you have 6 Pokemon in your team. No, you don't. You have either 4 or 5, depending on how many hidden machines you need to be using and how many are essential on the day-to-day business in that generation. So if you happen to be playing a generation where there are bloody 8 hidden machines, good luck having only like 4 members in your team and 2 HM slaves all the flipping time. I mean, on the plus side, it meant Bibarel had something to do. Poor Bibarel now has no point in existing. I always want to make a little video basically mourning the Pokemon who only existed to be HM slaves, who now have no reason to exist. There's Bibarel, who else is there? Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd now has no reason to exist. The fact he could have Cut and Fly back in the day was pretty decent. Krabby and Kingler, not generally used very much, but they could have Strength and Surf and all of the Water ones. In Generation 2, they were useful. But yeah, all those poor Pokemon. Has no reason. Yep, Horlucha, someone just brought that up in the chat. That was a good HM slave as well. But sadly...
What are you talking about, John?
Hidden machine slaves, Matt.
I don't know what that means.
Have you ever played Pokemon?
No.
Okay, there's too many less. Basically, you needed... it's moves that you use to navigate the overworld rather than in fighting. But actually, in the battles, they were useless, so you'd never teach them to your actual good Pokemon. So therefore, rather than carrying 6 good Pokemon around, you carry 5 good Pokemon around, and 1 that just knew moves to let you go around the overworld, which you never bothered using in a fight. Yeah, which was a really stupid waste, because it meant you had less Pokemon with you. Yep. So it just slowed the game down and meant you could have less interesting Pokemon.
What are they replacing it with, then?
Basically, like, once you've got to the point where you would have learnt the Surf HM back in the old games... Instead, you just get given a Lapras, which you can summon magically at any time whenever you need to go over water.
Okay.
Like if you see an island over there where you see a Doug trio where they're all wearing wigs and you need to go and investigate because that's so ridiculously stupid, you need to go and check it out. Or if you see a rainbow muck for no well-explained reason, because Christ, Nintendo, you're not even trying at this point.
Yeah.
Or you see a palm tree that's actually a dragon, because fuck everything.
Fuck off, John.
Hey! Here's a list of games that are coming out before the end of the year. We're going to do one-word anticipation reviews.
Ooh, that's a fun game. Can I have a little intro
game.
song? Matt, cue up an intro song.
Da 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 da.
One word. Reviews.
Perfect.
Right. We'll go round the table in order of something.
What order are we sitting around the table?
Yep. So,
Christ.
Battlefield 1. That's what I was gonna say. Okay, good.
Its campaign might make a fun one-off video.
It won't.
I like that I skimmed this list and just picked everything that I've recognised. So,
Oh, good. Yeah, that's fair.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Yeah. I like the first one, but I don't think it needs a really sequel. Farm Simulator 17.
I sent you a code for that today, so yeah.
Yes.
I think I've got a code for that. Actually, I'm just not sure if I can be bothered with it.
Well, you know, it's gonna be like all the other ones, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you've already done your 27. You've already done your Farming Simulator game with 2017 in the title for the year.
Yeah, but that's the one that plays music when you get into the thing.
This
is a different kettle of fish.
Of course, this is something entirely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gwent, the Witcher card game.
Yeah.
Can I assume that Titanfall 2 is also going to get...
I'm not sure what that is.
It gets a more
Titanfall
optimistic
2. Sorry,
Yes.
I heard something entirely different there.
It gets a more optimistic air.
Oh, that was high-pitched. Yeah. Okie dokie. Total War Warhammer.
That already came out. I've done a full series on it.
Yeah.
It came out months ago.
According to Matt's list, this is coming out in November, and I was like, all right.
might be
No,
on a different
that came out in like May. I did a full series on it. It's done. Pretty sure that was May.
What page is it on? Actually, no, I'll know. Actually, I can find it.
By the way,
Matt,
that
your
list...
Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Supposedly it's coming out this December.
That list thinks that Mafia 3 isn't out yet, so it's got some issues.
Matt, this list is shit.
Some of them that have had original release dates listed as a certain month. It just hasn't updated some of them.
Okay.
You're 6 months off with Total War
Wait, hang on.
Warhammer.
Wait.
You're almost a year out.
Total War Warhammer for Mac. It's a Mac release.
Who gives a shit about the Mac port of a
Well,
Total
this is what
War
this is listing.
game?
It's not listing a PC release. It's just listing the Mac release.
Jesus Christ, should we also just report what brand of biscuits they're eating
This
on
is
the
a Game
International
Press
Space
site.
Station
Of
while we're
course it's
discussing shit that doesn't matter?
Of course, it's relevant for a game.
Well, actually, I'd say that matters,
John.
because you want something more rich tea and not something sort of digestive and crumbly, because the crumbs could get into things.
See, this is way more interesting than Total War on Mac.
I don't say it didn't say it was interesting, John. But
Dishonored 2!
Dan didn't bother to check the fucking platform before he fucking talked about. Yeah, I have
Total
pre-ordered the
War,
collector's edition
Dishonored
for that.
was a good game. Dishonored 2, from what we've seen of it, looks fun. More
Good.
of the same, but a bit polished.
I have pre-ordered the collector's edition because I don't even care that much about the game. I do just want the mask.
I like the look of that mask, but I don't like getting collector's edition. Although they finally got that really awesome Sonic Mania collector's edition in Europe. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hyped for that. I'm hyped for that shit.
I get annoyed with these collector's editions because they're all sold through fucking games, exclusives, and game is shit.
The best way to buy a collector's edition is to not buy it until a few weeks after release, and then they cost no money whatsoever.
Yeah. You did skip over one there, by the way.
What did I skip over?
You skipped over Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Well, yeah.
Ooh.
Because...
So, was I supposed to ooh there, or did I ooh inappropriately?
I didn't see it. I sort of skimmed the list.
God, fine, go on.
I'm quite unnerved by that PlayStation processor, because it's kind of has to sit behind my monitor, and it's just got this glowing red eye that's just staring at me from the darkness, and it looks like a Cylon is sitting behind my monitor about to eat me in the face. That's not good. That's not good at all. Watch Dogs 2!
Ooh-ish.
Yeah.
Ooh-ish.
Yeah, that's an ooh-ish, which is I really liked Watch Dogs 1, but it looks like broadly much the same, but it looks like it might have... Well, I think like even if they do more of the same, the world has moved on, and I think a lot of people have got quite bored of what was when Watch Dogs came out, still a bit fresher.
Yeah.
Because basically what Watch Dogs was is still coming out, and Mafia 3 was broadly what Watch Dogs was, and I've got quite a bit more bored of it now, so if it is just more of the same...
Yeah.
I suspect it will have lost a lot of its spark because it feels like it's just going to be the same but more, and I think the world might have moved on a bit.
Yep.
So I suspect I will not enjoy it as much as I did Watch Dogs 1. But if it has the convoy missions back, all is forgiven because the convoy missions were one of the best things in gaming ever.
I agree completely.
The convoy missions were just great fun, because you just basically just set up like massive roadblocks, then set bombs on them, and then trigger them through security cameras. They were great fun.
They were great fun.
Everything else was a bit like whatever, but yeah, Watch Dogs 2 could be good, but I suspect it will just be good, not great.
This is John's idea of a one-word review, by the way.
Shit, sorry.
It's a Ubisoft game. Of course it's going to be good, not great. That's the best they can ever be.
That's Ubisoft's motto. Good, not great.
Yeah.
It's good. Their motto is, it's like, what would 6 out of 10 be in Latin, John?
Sextodecem.
Sex the Decem. Actually, I think that's Donald Trump's motto as well. Planet Coaster! Whoa!
Looks exciting, yeah? I'm more of a Parkitect man myself, but I can respect a damn fine-looking game.
I can say yay for Planet Coaster. Honestly, I tried to play Planet Coaster and had to stop because it has no transport rides yet, and I can't make a theme park without transport rides. That is an illegal act, so I'm waiting.
I'm planning my series on that in my head. I kind of think I'm not going to do... I've been doing tropical stuff, like, whenever I play it, so I think I might just do, like, a desert theme park and just have sort of this wild westy thing with loads of rocky outcrops and paths that, like, nick through these, like, little rocky outcrops and stuff, and...
Don't spoil it.
I don't fucking know. When I might make a space park. Who the fuck knows? It's me, for fuck's sake. I say I'm going to do a thing, and then, like, it's a 4 out of 10 chance that thing might happen.
That's true.
Or a 2 out of 5 chance.
We're still waiting for the Fallout New Vegas... Sorry, Fallout Who Vegas series, Dan.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm still waiting on that.
Well, I have played a Fallout game since then, so I might actually be okay with it now.
Ooh.
You never know. Final Fantasy 15!
Yeah.
I'm fucking pumped for Final Fantasy 15!
It's a Final Fantasy game, Dan. There's been 27 million of them.
There's been 14 of them.
Yeah, but it's a good looking
No,
one.
there's not. There's been way more than 14.
True. It's not on the main ones, though.
No, there's two.
Okay, actually, no. Here's a fun game. Without looking it up now, each of us has to guess how many Final Fantasy games there's actually been, then we will check.
Okay, hang on. So the 15 main ones with the 3 expansion pack things.
Yeah, but you have to include shit like Tactics and Tactics Advance, so there's a fuckload.
I'm going to go for 27.
I'm going to say higher now. I'm going to go 34.
Oh, 35 then. I'm going to play this game well.
Oh, come on, boo.
35. At least 35.
You're probably right. Right.
List.
Complete game list here.
List of Final Fantasy games.
Oh my god, it's a lot bigger than all of it's 97.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you say 97?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That includes all like the iOS like spin-off games.
Oh, of course, because there's been shit like all the Bravest.
Yeah.
Crystal Defenders, Vanguard Storm.
97.
And there's also like Type 0 and all that kind of bollocks.
Well, we all lose to that.
Yeah.
I think you find I won.
You won in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. Actually, wait. It's not 97.
You're like a politician that backed Brexit.
Hang on.
You've won,
Sorry,
but it's the worst way possible.
It's 95 because 2 of the things it lists are an anime and a DVD. No, actually, sorry, it's 94 because 3 of the things it lists are an anime and 2 DVDs. So, right now, 94 because 90.
Probably still more than 35, so I am the winner!
If we're going to mock Ubisoft for releasing like too many Assassin's Creed games, I don't know how you can be excited about the 94th Final Fantasy.
Well, compare first Assassin's Creed to last Assassin's Creed, and you're comparing roughly the same game. Compare Final Fantasy 15 to like Final Fantasy 12.
Oh, yeah.
They're wildly different things.
You know, actually, what annoys me
I can't even remember
about...
which one 12 is. I used to live with someone who was really into 10 and 10-2, so I know a lot about those two. Insofar as you can, and anyone knows anything about 10 and 10-2, because 10 was cocking confusing.
No, you know what annoys me about Ubisoft, though, is that we were talking before about how, you know, Rockstar or this developer and CD Projekt Red who make a really big game every few years. Ubisoft could easily, with their marketing power and the power of their, like, fucking IPs, make a fucking really fucking good game every, like, 3-4 years. Like, they could easily make a really good Assassin's Creed game every 3 years.
They could, but they won't, because they wouldn't make as much money.
Yep.
So, blah. But no, 15 looks good. I mean, like, literally today, reviews started coming out. Not like reviews, but the first 15 hours ones.
Yeah. And
a lot of people are saying that it's incredible. It's basically like a boy band go on a trip, fighting monsters and trying to claim back a throne. And it just...
I don't like boy bands.
The demo was really fun. I really enjoyed the demo. It kind of looks like it's just a big, stonking, great adventure, and I'm hyped for it. I'm totally hyped for it. And it comes out.
It looks a bit big for my liking. Like, now that I generally I don't play many games for pleasure. I don't like games that are like ridiculously massive and sprawling and take a million years to complete. And this looks just really, really massive.
It does look really, really massive.
And I'm just not. Maybe that's just a personal preference thing, but like I'm not really into that.
No, I mean, if it's got the quality, the high quality, I will happily just go with that.
Plus, generally, Final Fantasy games have a lot of story setup to do, a lot of tutorializing and gameplay setup to do. So, like, even if I sit down and try and play it for 3 hours, I'm barely going to have scratched the surface of the tutorial.
Not entirely sure. I mean, the demo got through its tutorial really quickly and really smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of hoping that they do that sort of speed and it has a nice fast start. I mean, all the first 15-hour reviews are out, and I haven't seen a single person complain that it's slow or anything. A lot of people say that it's just nice.
Mm-hmm.
Just works super duper nice. We just hit 500 Twitch subscribers.
Yay, more emotes.
We had 30.
Also, a side note as well, one of the things
30.
that makes Final Fantasy 15 a bit more interesting is that obviously it's Square Enix title, which means we can get codes easy.
Yay!
It's a good thing. Yay for Cat.
I was going to buy that one. Oh well.
Yay for Cat.
Who the fuck? I don't know these people. This is why I like having Matt do the code stuff, so then I don't actually know the people, so if I want to rip the piss out of something because it's terrible, I have that freedom.
You do.
We have a nice setup here. I'm just making Matt, every time I talk, I make Matt's job harder and harder, though.
Oh, me and Matt will go and form a Cat fan club. We both like Cat.
I don't know if I know who Cat is. But anyway, Gravity Rush 2!
Cat. We love Cat!
Gravity Rush 2? Hype? Hype? Have you played it? Has anybody here played Gravity Rush 1?
I played a bit of it. My friend had it on. It was on the Vita, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a great game.
And my friend said it was a good game, and I played a little bit of it, but I never played it fully because I never owned a Vita. Because I like.
Yeah.
You know,
I also never had a Vita because no one had a Vita.
I had a Vita. I got a launch day.
You were the only one.
I played Gravity Rush. It's great. I'm super excited for Gravity Rush 2 because Gravity Rush 1 is just a really great game. Like, it's just flat out a great game. You're just constantly shifting gravity, and I like the fact that you just run past a building and then there's a monster in front of you, so you like shift gravity towards the wall, and then you just run along the wall. And I like that if you shift gravity down, you just fall forever. Just die. It's good. It's a good game. I enjoy it. South Park, The Fractured But Whole. Hang on, what's that?
Yeah, ooh.
I can't remember.
Wasn't a good noise, John.
Yeah, that was pretty positive.
Yeah,
positive noise.
yeah.
I mean, arguably, the Stick of Truth was not as good as it might have been, but this one looks like it might be better.
Yeah, no, it does.
Oh no, they put it back to 2017. Thought they fucking had. Your website's so shitty.
So I just like that this website as well because it lists Crackdown 3 as 2016 generally.
That's totally going to happen. They're just going to announce it with the day it comes out.
They also, I like to point out that website does list Mass Effect Andromeda as Q4 2016.
And just to be clear, Crackdown 3 will be powered by Steam computing and also magic and fairy wishes.
Yeah, the issue with this website...
Using magic and fairy wishes, it will be glorious.
This website usually puts the release date as whatever it said it was initially. It doesn't account for any delays or whatever, and it only gets those updated unless the publisher updates it. So
that's not good.
No, it's not great.
Frankly,
I don't use this list though, so who gives a shit?
And finally, The Last Guardian.
That doesn't exist.
No, fucking PewDiePie played it on his channel.
Yeah,
PewDiePie got early
he might
access
have been
to
paid money to pretend to be playing it. That could have all been mocked up with CGI and actors and Andy Serkis.
These are one-word reviews that are great, guys. This whole thing didn't fall apart immediately. I thought we'd have a nice, quick section, but no, I guess not.
Apparently, Heavy Rain's released on the PS4 this year as well.
What was that about Heavy Rain, the worst game ever made?
Apparently, it's getting a remaster on PS4.
Hey, I know how to remaster Heavy Rain. Put it in the bin.
Honestly, I think Beyond Two Souls was worse than Heavy Rain.
Oh, it was? Oh, God, I'm not... Heavy Rain's the best game he's ever made, and it's terrible. Spectacularly shite. It's like an explosion of shit blossoms.
See, I feel like I'm good for not getting into all the sort of like PlayStation exclusives because it seems like they were just all really pretentious and not very good.
There's a lot of good PlayStation 4 exclusives. Well, not PlayStation 4. PlayStation 2 exclusives.
Well, 3 exclusives though.
No. Not really. Was
Yeah.
that Dragon one? Remember that? Order of the Flame? No, that was Dragon God.
The one that literally destroyed the studio that made it.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they make all those fucking Star Wars games? And they went, let's make a Dragon game, and they made a Dragon game, and then it flopped, and then they just had to close the studio.
That's the problem with making one big game and not having any backups, I suppose, is that if it fucks up, then you don't have a job anymore.
Yeah.
And thus, Ubisoft were proved correct again.
Is that the moral of this story?
Yeah.
I don't want
Basically,
that to be the moral
evil
of the
always
story.
wins.
Evil does always win.
No.
You know this.
Hey! Here's something on a different note that... Oh, sorry. Wait. Quick thing was that I'm aware that PewDiePie played Last Guardian, but there's no way in hell I'm watching that video because when my brain thinks Team Ico game, my brain doesn't go to PewDiePie.
It's like the first 15 minutes as well. It's basically just a demo trailer thing.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not like the dude does the hyperactive thing. He does it well. It's what gets him. It's what gets him his views. But
He doesn't actually, he doesn't actually do that much anymore.
he
He's
does.
been a lot more relaxed recently.
Yeah, but still,
I noticed this. I know. I'm not. Just
like if I want someone like to actually take their time. I try and change up my reactions and stuff to like what's going on. If I pump myself up for something VR and weird, and then if it's a small like next Thursday's video, do I want to spoil what it is now? No. Let's just say it's a terrible set of games, and it's a terrible video, but it's very me.
I rewatched your Airport Simulator
Yeah.
video today, and like that was very definitely the hyperactive-y kind of, but it worked for that.
Yeah.
It was kind of more depressing hyperactive.
I think Job Simulator is one of my most hyperactive.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the screamy hyperactive. I'm the faster.
You're doing an impression of oh god, I can't remember the fucking guy's name now. Oh help! What's his name?
Don't know.
Gordon Ramsay.
Shouty
Gordon
people.
Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay. That's such a funny bit.
Markiplier?
No,
No,
just
Gordon Ramsay. You bell.
Kind of insulted.
Markiplier's Gordon Ramsay?
Oh my god. John, talk about Hitman again. I think you need the comfort blanket.
No. We've got more news to get through yet. Bloody hell.
Oh.
I was gonna say something and I can't remember the fucking fuck.
My favourite bit of gaming news this week, Football Manager 2017 is going to include and acknowledge Brexit and the crash of sterling.
Oh, that, yeah. Which
So,
related
all
note,
of a
by
sudden
the way,
getting European footballers and buying footballers from abroad because of the weak currency is going to be much harder than it would have been otherwise.
Actually, just a quick note in regards to Brexit. Some new Nerd³ merch is launching soon. It's going to be really nice, by the way. Yeah, a lot of time's gone into it. One of the things that's launching is actually going to...
So this is the problem with the thing, because this is not the bit of the job I do. I don't know this shit until you guys do it. So,
Nope.
apparently that's
Well,
good.
look, I have been giving you updates, but you don't care, so it's probably right. But, right, one of the items is actually going to be actually probably like a good £10 more expensive than it was going to be because of Brexit. So there you go. Well, you're welcome.
Yay!
That's not even a joke either. That is legitimate because the price.
Yeah, sterling has dropped about 20% versus the US dollar, so I imagine
Apparently
fair few things are going to get a lot more
Apparently,
expensive.
the clothing industry in the UK just took a big hit, so it's good.
I liked today the government were all like, well, we're going to export biscuits. And I was like, what, McVitie's? One, I think they're hosted in what? Turkey, and two, Scottish name. Well done.
Yeah. Also, my
there's
favourite was tea. That thing that we have never in our entire history grown in this country.
Actually, there is
We're
a
gonna
fair point as
export
well.
tea.
For the thing, it is, while it's more expensive for people in the UK, it's cheaper if you're in any other country. So Americans, get your game tea merch while you can.
This is Britain's glorious plan. We're going to start importing huge amount of tea leaves, and then we're going to put it in little pyramid bags. That's the secret of Britain's success, the pyramid bag. No other country can make pyramid bags.
Oh, we got pyramid bags and we got fucking monkey. I can't do the accent.
Exactly. And then we'll just export the pyramid bags. That was quite good, actually. Then we'll just export the pyramid bags, and that's the secret of Britain's success. We were already doing that, but we're going to do it more or something.
Also, actually, apparently, Theresa May, at her question time, the first thing she did was a sex joke.
Was it?
What?
Sex joke.
What's dusty and filled with bats? My vagina. Let's carry on. Was it something like that?
No, it was something to do with someone's wife.
Nice. What's dusty and filled with bats? Jeremy Clarkson's tits. Corbyn, not Clarkson.
Clarkson's tits.
Jesus fucking H, miserable Christ.
Wow, you're actually worse at jokes than Theresa May.
Oh, as well, someone reminded me in the chat before, apparently the last presidential debate's on tonight, and I completely forgot about it, and
is.
I'm sad.
They should
Is it
stop
stupid
using that
o'clock
word
again?
debate.
Oh, just a shouty match. Like, I've been watching all of them, and I was planning to watch this one anyway, but, like, I'd forgotten about it, and I kind of liked the idea that I wasn't thinking about it, and they've reminded me, and now I feel like I
they
need to
back
get
behind
those
podiums this time? Because I found it a bit weird
Yeah.
in the second one how Hillary was just being followed around by a creepy Trump.
It's the
when
same
he wasn't
format as
humping
the
a
first
chair.
debate. Same format as the first debate, so...
Good.
Hillary's gonna be like, you're a rapist, sexist, and he's gonna be like, you're a criminal, and they're gonna shoot each other repeatedly, and then Hillary's gonna win.
Honestly,
because
like, if I get up tomorrow morning and I read on the news, Trump pulls out a gun and shoots Clinton during the debate and she's dead, and he's still polling at about 40%, I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what? That's a
I
sad thing, isn't it?
genuinely would not be surprised at all. It would just be,
Well,
you
that's a
know
sad
what?
thing.
That's the logical conclusion of where this is going. Someone's going to end up dead.
Yeah, it was Bernie
I wouldn't be surprised
Sanders.
either, and that's really bad.
I like
Like,
how it's like...
the amount of violence and hatred and paranoia of a rigged election that's been stoked up.
I love his rigged
genuinely, if
election
one
thing.
of Trump's supporters shot and killed Hillary, I would not be surprised.
I would.
It would be awful, of course, but I would not be surprised.
I would, because I think that he won't have any support soon enough, because his whinging is getting... It's just, every time he whinges, he's just getting worse. And I do like he's going, the election's rigged, the election's rigged! I'm like, really? Because we'd have Bernie fucking Sanders in charge if we were rigging the election.
Well, no, because his whole thing was that, the DNC rigged the election for Hillary.
Yeah.
It's like, well, no.
No. There's, Julian Assange's internet taken away, so he can't interfere with the elections.
Oh.
I thought that was beautiful. Like, I love that when that happened. Like, the internet was like, oh my god, they're gonna kill Julian Assange! And then they're like, no, Ecuador did it. And people were like, where the fuck's Ecuador? It's like, that's the embassy he's in? Oh, what the fuck? I do enjoy...
The Embassorian? That's not right. The Embassorian Equity.
That's how I pronounce it, but then I'm posh.
The Ecuadorian
Darling, over to
Embassy
the
in London
Embassy
is where it is.
for Ferrero Rocher with the ambassador.
Oh, the ambassador.
Get into a bath full of champagne.
Oh, Leviosa.
Oh, it takes me back to my student days, that does. Baths of champagne.
Yeah, a whole 30 years ago.
Longer than that, bloody hell.
Oh,
It was,
sorry,
that was a really good time to go to university because it was just post-war. So, the welfare state just come in, and the grants at university at that point in history were brilliant.
Ah, well,
I can't really remember it very well. It was a very long time ago, but that was just a great time to be young. The 1950s, beautiful.
Oh, hey, I have some news that I completely forgot to mention.
Mm-hmm.
Samsung can go fuck themselves.
What have they exploded this time?
Someone's YouTube channel. So, there's that mod that turns the sticky bomb in GTA 5 into the Samsung phone.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, that, it's a little thing. Somebody made a video on it, and I don't know who, because none of the news stories seem to list which YouTuber it was, but some YouTuber made a video on it, and it seems to be quite a big YouTuber, and Samsung filed a DMCA claim against it.
What right do they have against it?
They just said that it's their copyright.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they can do... That strikes me as not... No, that's just abuse of the system. That wouldn't stand up to any form of rigorous
It's abuse of the
testing.
system, but it's absolutely... They've taken it down. The video's just sitting there saying... what was the video? I had it here, one of my tabs. GTA 5 mod Samsung, ... This video is no longer available due to a claim by Samsung Electronics America, Inc. and its affiliates.
You see, if I was Samsung right now, I'd probably be trying to play nice with people, given I have, blown up quite a few things recently. I wouldn't be making more enemies. In fact, I'm suddenly feeling worried because I realised the TV next to me is a Samsung TV. At any point, that could explode and kill me.
Oh, I stopped buying Samsung stuff years ago because they just are.
It just kept exploding and killing me, and after...
I was recently buying a new washing machine because our old Hotpoint one broke, and all of the Samsung ones were massively on sale. All of them had 5-year warranties. It just came across as slightly desperate and clingy. We promise we won't explode for 5 years, guaranteed. It's no, I don't trust that. Samsung washing machines have exploded.
I've just never the Samsung stuff. They just have a kind of a weird track record of that kind of shitty quality, and I've never sort of bought into them for that reason. It's a big shame, really, because they do actually make some okay things. Just you want it to work. and not bloody break or piss on your floor or piss
Catch
in your
fire.
neighbours. Yeah.
In general, anything that catches fire is bad, unless it's like a stove or a match or anything that's supposed to catch fire.
Unless it's supposed to catch fire.
Yes, those things are allowed to catch. If they don't catch... In fact, you know what? If Samsung made a stove, I bet it wouldn't catch fire. I bet it would go cold. It would just refrigerate anything you put on top of it.
That'd be an interesting invention, though, wouldn't it? Like an
Samsung microwave. You put popcorn inside it, turn it on, and it gets turned back into corn.
Oh,
You
apparently.
open it up, and there's just an ear of corn there.
Wow.
Damn it, Samsung.
Oh, damn it, Samsung, back at it again.
Yeah, but seriously, takedowns on YouTube videos because you own the mesh of your phone. Is what I guess you're arguing.
I want to put out that mesh probably was like a fan-made mesh as well. It probably doesn't even...
Yeah,
It's probably
no,
just a
but
generic
really.
phone, really. It's probably just a generic phone-looking
No,
thing.
it was very heavily clearly based off the Note, but again, it was probably kind of just... There's no probably legal precedence to it.
No, this is Samsung being absolute dickheads. This isn't copyright infringement. This is you abusing the system, Samsung. You can go absolutely fuck yourselves.
Yep, Samsung who are listening to this.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, this is not something we want to let happen. Ever. This is bad.
Thing is, though, you know that, like, if they decline it, they're gonna, wait for the full 30 days, the very least.
Yep.
Then they'll either let it go. They know that person probably won't go to court about it, and they'll probably end up winning. Not court, but they'll probably end up winning. The battle on YouTube, unless YouTube step in, which they might. They have done in the past.
Yeah, I hope they do, and they go, "Hey, Samsung, fuck you."
It must be really awkward to work for Samsung right now, because generally, like, when you work for a big company, you get a discount on all the products, and you're kind of expected to buy the products. Like, if, the person comes out and say, "Hey, you'd want to get, a nice discount on a Samsung washing machine, or the new Samsung..." No, it's like, no, my old Nokia H210's fine, actually. Don't need a new phone. This is everything I need.
I was in a Samsung
Actually,
shop
I quite enjoyed
back.
just hand washing my clothes in the river. Don't worry, been really enjoying communing with nature down there. Met a salmon the other day. He's lovely. His name's Tim. We're having dinner next week.
You're eating him, or is... Are you eating him, or...
No, not really. He's not much of a talker. Good old Tim Salmon.
Good old Tim Sam. I was in a Samsung shop the other month, and the guy, he was like, "Oh, the new Note phone is really good." And it's like, "Yeah, well, I'm fine with the phone I've got." It's like, "Oh, I've got an iPhone." It's like, "Oh, no, they're not very good quality at all." It's like, "Yeah, right, okay." It's like, "Yeah, but there's been quality issues with these." And he went, "No, these are built great." And I was like, "Really?" It's like, "I've heard of problems in the past with batteries." So it was like, "No, these ones are fine. They fix all the problems." 2 weeks later.
Would you be interested in this with this Samsung Note 7? No, I have a family. I have to be able to provide for them. Please.
No,
Get
I want
away
to travel
from
on
it.
airlines.
I'm in a flight path. I can't risk it.
No, they did ban them from playing, didn't they?
Yeah, they have actually had to set up booths in airports to sort this stuff out. There actually are Samsung booths designed to take the phone back in.
Fucking
Blimey.
hilarious.
Yeah.
How do you fuck 3 revisions as well? How do you fuck it up 3 times?
It's because it's the sorry, I said this last week. Is that the way they've actually designed the phone? Is it's 2 curves and it makes the bits of the battery touch.
Oh yeah, no, that was it. Yeah,
They just sparkle some shit.
yeah.
But fuck them, because they take down YouTube videos using copyright claims that don't make sense.
Also, by the way, if you're subscribed on Twitch, which you should be, I've just added 3 new emotes. Just made them in the background there.
Ooh.
So now all the Duke of Spoons, nice avatars. All the faces from those 6 are on as avatars.
Yay!
I think I saw the Rebecca one in the chat. It was very nice.
Yeah, but now I've added the Tracy, Watt, and Steve ones now.
You've added them during the actual live stream, you efficient
have.
bastard.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Look at this shit. Look at this. I mean, they're not. I can't see them, but they're well done.
I saw some earlier. They were around there. There they go. Someone just put them in there.
Oh,
Very nice.
Oh. Well, no, that's not the new ones. Where's the new one?
Yeah, they have to be approved by Twitch.
Oh, what you got me all hyped that we were going to do something. This is our grand finale. This was our and one more thing kind of moment.
Whoa,
three
don't
of them-
there's one very important bit of news.
Probably approved.
Very important bit of news.
Well, they'll end on this because we apparently
one of my favorite games of this year is getting ridiculously better. I think it's tomorrow. Stellaris is going over to version 1.3 and also launching the Leviathan story pack, meaning they're taking Stellaris and they're adding space dragons.
Doesn't have space snails.
Space and also snail aliens or snailians. Yes. They're adding adorable aliens in because they realised the alien looked a bit too like alien and stuff. So they've added like cute aliens, like adorable geckos with massive eyes and snails.
Snailians.
Yes, snailians. So there's going to be space dragons and snailians in Stellaris now, and that might just be enough to get me doing another series of that after Civ 6 is done. Because there's going to be space dragons. I don't think there's anything better than the idea of a space dragon.
Snailians.
Yes. My mighty Snailian empire versus the space dragon.
Snailians.
They don't make that
so
noise. They
by
go,
the pun.
hello! While they wave at you with their antenna because they're adorable. No, they don't make that noise. They're like, hello, we're the Snailians. Would you like a hug?
Snailians.
We've got towels for afterwards because we're slightly sticky.
Snailians.
Yes.
You had me at Snailians.
Yeah. Oh, there's also a massive starfish that waves at you and literally goes, ow.
Oh my god.
You occasionally just come across a planet that's got a massive sentient starfish on it that just waves at you and goes, ow.
Is that why they're called starfish? Because they're in space.
Presumably,
Yeah,
yes.
And on that bombshell, do you have any more news? Because...
No,
Well, actually,
that's quite a lot of news.
No, wait. I do have
It's
something
only 10
I want
past
to.
10.
No,
Yeah?
I have something I want to complain to John about.
Oh, is it Hitman? Because I'll kill myself.
No,
now, so
John.
Yes.
John. I watched a recent video on a space game where you built a space station.
Oh,
And
Stable Orbit. I had so much fun building that.
Your incredible lack of understanding of how space works is actually rather disturbing to me.
Yeah, but like I dropped all the sciences like as early as I could. I know nothing about like physical sciences or anything.
But that's not the problem though, really, John.
Which exact bit of space am I supposed to know about as a
it was
layman who trained in classics, then did marketing and now is a YouTuber? Yeah. Which bit of space am I supposed to know about in detail?
You're a bit fucking useless, aren't you, John?
Well, in going to space, yes. It's not a skill set a very
I'm
large
not in
number of
fucking
people
space.
need. We don't
But
exactly
I know-
need 50% of the population of Britain to go to
No,
space.
John. No, John.
Actually,
you don't
we
have to
may
be a
need
fucking
to pretty soon.
Actually, yeah, we might do.
No,
Never mind.
John, you don't have to be a space expert to know that in space they use fucking UTC as a standard time zone, you bell.
How would anyone know what time zone they use in space?
How wouldn't you know?
But just why? Why would you necessarily do that? I just assumed it would be synced to wherever they launched from or wherever they were controlling the mission.
Stupid thing to think, John.
No, the sensible thing is wherever mission control is, you'd sync to their time so their working day would correspond with yours.
Actually, fun fact, because you go around the Earth so ridiculously fast, your time is actually different to the people on Earth. So they can't
presumably that makes sense.
reset their clocks because
is it faster or slower when you're travelling at speed?
it would be slower. It's one of them. I took a punt. Can't fucking remember. Jesus Christ, why can't I remember that?
It's bad because you actually had to go to uni for this, didn't you?
Yeah,
You see, I studied ancient literature. Dan actually went to university for this.
I built telescopes and shit. It's good fun.
See?
And I didn't even go to sixth form. Yeah, but I didn't even go to sixth form, John, and I know this. If anything...
You didn't go to sixth form?
No, I didn't, John. I'm incredibly uneducated, and I still know this. It
I thought
isn't
in
anymore.
your generation it was already legal that you had to stay in school until
No,
18.
I was one of the last ones who it was legal to do.
Does that mean you're literally one of the least educated people in the country?
Yeah, the point is, John, I still know it. And
I
you
don't think I'm going to trust the least educated person in the country, Matt.
I do.
No. Theresa May still exists. It's fine.
Burn! If you'd said Angela Leveson, it would have been funny.
Oh, well.
She should. I saw a great tweet today that we should export fruitcake because clearly we're full of it.
So yes, I just casually assumed that spaceships would be synced in time to their mission control because that to me
Also,
makes
like,
sense.
Putting a radiator in the headset in space, like, surely that'd make it hotter. Jesus.
Well, it was called a radiator. That's what they do. They make rooms hotter when they're on. Like, my radiator doesn't have a cold setting. All right, let me go and check. Hang on, just a second. No, it's pretty fucking hot, actually.
Actually, during
No cold setting on it whatsoever. It only makes things hotter.
during wintertime, the water in radiators gets colder and does actually cool the room down slightly.
The radiators, they dissipate heat. That's the job, John. They don't just make things hotter. They dissipate
Yeah,
heat.
it's like they radiate like different. It's almost as if the clue's in the name. Have you ever seen, like, I'm just gonna pick a name at random, a car?
Yes, I've seen one, but I don't know how they fucking work. You just put in oil and they magically go.
Put in oil.
Oh my god, I didn't realise this until today, but you're actually the Richard Hammond of this group, aren't you?
No, I'm the James May.
No, you're
just
clearly
James
not.
May of classics.
You're like Stephen Fry, but on Top Gear. That's your... That's what you are. You're in the wrong place.
Okay,
at the wrong time.
no. I'm going to explain to you how I think a car works.
Oh my god, I'm so
Okay.
excited. Can you do it in your cowboy pirate voice?
So, you put some form of...
I said cowboy pirate, not West Indies.
You put some form of refined petrol or oil or something into
Petrol
a car.
oil or something.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
okay. You put that into a car. Now,
Okay.
presumably...
In which
that
bit?
needs
Just
to be...
open the door and throw it in, or...
Shut up. Now it goes to the tank. Now, presumably...
Oh, you've got a tank as well as a car.
Now, at some point, that presumably gets burnt. I don't know how, because I would assume that would cause some... Well, combustion engine
just set
implies
fire.
combusting, which I assume means fire. So I don't know how, because I don't know how,
just
like,
go
when you
down-
light
just
up
on
the
fire.
the flame doesn't go, like, to the petrol tank and blow up the rest of the car. I assume it's, like, being fed through a little pipe or something to the fire. But there is some form of fire that creates some form of steam or smoke or something, and that turns the thing, which makes it go.
Holy shit!
How the fuck else does combustion work? How does oil make an engine go if it's not like that?
John, it's vapor, and the vapor combusts in the engine and causes a little
Yes,
explosion
vapor.
to
That's
tower
what I was saying.
pistons.
It just turns the thing. Vapor.
No, it
It went on
explodes.
fire, and the fire.
It's boom, boom, but it's like lots of tiny explosions. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was vaguely.
You were saying it's fucking steam powered by a big wheel.
Yeah, but steam powered but with oil, not water. Except maybe it's heating. I don't know how water.
steam gonna come
There
from
is
oil,
water in
John?
the engine because you put water in the engine. You have to check the water level. So there's water in there somewhere. So that's
there
useful
isn't.
for something.
You don't put water in it.
Yes, you do.
Oh my god.
Where?
There's a water thing. You have to check. There's water.
What, the
radiator or
radiator?
Yeah,
You think there's a
yeah,
radiator
right
to keep
there.
the car interior warm, do you, John? Because you have to believe that for your first point of radiators only make things hot to make sense.
No.
Oh, well, then you're
I don't
clearly
know
wrong.
exactly how cars work. Okay,
John, you don't seem to know how radiators
What
work.
you do is you turn the key and it makes the oil go into the combustion engine where it combusts. I assume.
I like the fact that you think if you heat up oil, it becomes steam. It's just...
No, what it does is it makes well, if you burn something it makes smoke, which is like steam. So it can
Oh
do
my
the same
God.
thing.
Oh my god.
No,
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
it could.
Is your understanding of like classics ruining you here? You like you've got a picture on your wall like the first car, and that's what you think all cars are, which is just like,
Well, hang on. When do you think the fucking car was invented?
well, actually,
And you think you're calling me a retard?
The joke-
I'm sorry.
the joke
What do you
is-
think the Romans had? Do you think they had little Toyotas with horses?
the joke I was going for there is that you
Toyota
think
chariot.
you would start arguing that all cars are hay powered because that's clearly from your era. Just hay powered cars.
Look, I don't know how modern technology works, okay? I don't know how planes work. I don't know how
John,
cars
we're
work.
not asking.
I'm not 100%
John,
convinced.
John,
that-
we're not asking you to explain the fucking intricacies, like the basic scientific foundation of how modern life works.
Yes,
It's all right.
I don't know how electricity works either, okay? It's just fucking there,
It's
okay?
magic.
Like, somehow, okay, this is how I think electricity works, okay?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, somewhere not here, far away from here, there's like a power plant.
There's
where
like a power
somehow
plant. Yep.
chemical energy is converted into kinetic energy.
Right.
Probably by burning something, or turbines or something.
Okay,
burning something,
Now,
a
somehow that
turbine.
kinetic energy
You're
is
just setting fire to
transferred down
turbines,
really
aren't
long
you?
wires where it comes to my house and does useful shit like making a cup of tea.
The electricity. It's like, good morning, John. Today I'll make you a cup, like just a sparky monster, like that fucking the one from Soul Calibur 2, just is in there like, hey. Wow.
Wait, which one from Soul Calibur 2?
I like that. Wasn't there a big eye surrounded by electricity? Oh no, sorry, it was in War of the Monsters. He's surrounded by electricity. That's why I got confused.
Yoshimitsu occasionally had a little splash of lightning around.
No, there's
him,
the
but
big
not
eyeball
much.
that plays as like a random character.
Oh,
Eyeball.
yeah, charade.
Yeah, charade. I
Yeah.
can't remember if it's electricity or not. Yeah, that just comes
Yeah.
out your thing. And can I just start a thing? Can we next week just have an entirely science-based podcast where we get John to explain
Where
the
basically you
fundamental
just give me a
science?
series of technology and ask me to explain how it works as
fuck
best
me.
as I can.
John, how does gravity work?
John.
Okay, no.
John,
Okay,
no.
This one I think I've got.
No, this one I think
I've
I've
got. Okay, no. I think I've got this one.
Oh my
Dan,
God.
step back.
I feel
step
like I'm
back. I've
picking
got
on an
this.
idiot.
I've got this. Okay.
Oh,
Definitely the Richard Hammond of the group.
Every single atom has a certain amount of attraction to another atom, right?
Right.
So if you've got like a really high density of atoms, they're going to collectively have a bit of a pull. So the Earth that we live on, that's a planet that we live on, is loads of atoms. So as a result, there's a relatively high gravitational pull towards it, which keeps us on the ground of the Earth. But as you get further away from the Earth, space has relatively no atoms in it, so therefore there's no gravity. There's less gravity there because you're not close to a big cluster of stuff that has gravity. Is that at least remotely right?
It's well done. Well,
Is that
done.
at least half right?
That's the finger painting version, yes, but well
yes!
done.
Oh
Well
yes! I am the best at science. I have got
John.
my physics degree now.
John, magnets,
Yes.
how do they work?
Oh fucking how would a magnet theoretically work if I had to guess?
I suppose.
I mean, I suppose. No, there's no I can't think of any intuitive way why a magnet would work. It doesn't make sense to me by one thing would attract other things, but not
Just
other
explain
things.
how gravity works, and now you're saying you don't.
And on that bombshell,
Yeah, but no. It can't be the same
God.
principle as gravity, because otherwise, why would a thing with a gravity?
No, it's
with a
not, but
localized
you just
gravitation
said you
field
don't
attract
understand
one
how
thing,
two
but
things-
not another.
no.
You can't have fucking localized gravity where people who were born on a Tuesday aren't affected by it.
No, but you just said you don't understand how two things can attract to each other when you only just tried to explain gravity.
Yeah, no. I understand how to just any bodies attract to each other, but I don't know how one body would selectively attract. Okay.
Do you know that magnetic fields exist, John?
Is this something to do with positive or negative charges? No, it can't be, because not all a particular metal can be negative to a positive charge.
oh my god.
That doesn't make sense.
Oh my god.
Are all magnets positive charge and the metals they attract all negative?
No, why'd you think the North and the South Pole on a thing do?
Wait, do the North and the South... Wait, I don't know how North and South work either
I
exactly.
know, I can tell.
Okay, I don't like this game anymore. We're going to play a different game here. Dan, why don't you explain to me the historical context of the play Lysistrata by
Who gives a
Aristophanes?
shit?
Why don't we just play this game? Because I think I'm going to enjoy this game more.
Oh,
Where I can read out a passage from, say, Menander's Discourse, and you two
John.
can try and analyse it and fail.
John, how do orbits work?
Orbits.
Yeah.
If you're going really fast around something, you have momentum. So therefore, the momentum and the force of the momentum is strong enough to cancel out gravity.
gravity gets cancelled out.
Well, it gets overrun.
No, it doesn't get overwhelmed.
It does a bit, because you're not falling down. You go.
Yes, you are falling down.
falling
That's exactly
down.
what you're doing.
No, you're not.
Yes, you are. Jesus.
No, because you're going sideways, not down.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Fucking village idiot.
Oh my god. Wow.
Oh, I've got to go over here now.
I don't like this game anymore.
Wow. Wow, it's great. Well, it's a good thing, John, that old shitty plays is how we launch rockets, which are the future of our civilization.
You know what? I'm going for a fucking culture victory. Fuck you all.
Yeah, well, I'm just
In
going to use...
Civilization, you actually can win using old shitty plays. Just go for the culture victory and fill all your fucking buildings with old books.
Yeah, but you'd have to work out how to build a building first. Oh my god.
Well,
Wow.
I'll pay the least educated man in Liverpool to do it for me.
Oh, wow. I'm so glad we overran. Things we've learned today. Samsung are dickholes, and gravity you just can ignore if you go in momentum-y.
Someone's just suggested in the chat I should play Kerbal Space Program.
I
agree.
You fucking should.
John, do me a favour.
Yes.
Right, when you have a chance, sit down, just watch Crash Course Physics, watch Crash Course Astronomy, just watch all of the science crash courses.
Look, I know an awful lot.
They're made for secondary school
I know
students.
an awful lot about the literature of the 5th century BC. That's all
Is
you
that
need
going
to
to
know.
fucking save our planet from global
It
warming and take us to
occasionally helps
Mars?
in university challenge and pub quizzes. Certain pub quizzes.
See, because I did quite a maths focus, I know about the different types of infinities, and that's the kind of thing that John has. It's pointless. I know that there's some infinities that are bigger than other infinities. Like, I don't need to know that. That's useless
I know
information.
Like, that is completely useless, but it's just nice to know.
Work all that shit out. But it's yeah. If you want to look up sets of infinities, go fucking nuts. It's a great thing to drop into. And you can look up the play that he said, Aristotle by Aristotle,
but Lysistrata by Aristophanes or Menander's Discolos.
Why did they never
name
name the play? Did like they ever do like reboots where it just had the same name as the first one?
Kind of, yes.
Oh my god, fuck them. I always thought
Euripides
they
at
were
the end of
better.
his life basically just redid the same play over and over,
John?
slightly retitled with different characters.
Oh, like Shakespeare
John.
did with all of his plays.
Hey, John,
Yes.
where are all the Romans and the Greeks now?
Yeah.
Generally, you'll find Rome in Italy and Greece in Greece.
No, but
As a general rule. I could put them on a map for you if you'd like, and you probably didn't get that far before you left school.
I mean the empires, John. I mean the empires. Fuck you. I mean the fucking the cultural governments and empires.
Sorry, did you
that
just
were...
refer to the Greek Empire, that thing that never fucking existed in the first
No,
place?
I'm talking about the Roman Empire, you
Oh, the Greek
bellend.
Empire, yeah. For that Greece, that thing that totally existed several millennia ago and totally under a group of independent Hellenic city-states that occasionally loosely banded together to oppose barbarian external forces, you twat.
And they invented culture and Doritos and stuff.
Yeah.
John said, yeah. John just confirmed the Greeks invented Doritos.
And just so you know, where's the Roman Empire now? Well, it's pretty much the cornerstone of our entire cultural, linguistic, and scientific and everything civilization.
They're
all right?
dead.
It pretty
Hasn't got
much
you very far,
informed
has it?
everything in Italy and Spain and France and large parts of Britain and pretty much all of Europe and thus indirectly huge parts of America. In fact, pretty much the entire world as we have today is built on the foundation of what the Romans did.
Yeah, but they probably worked gravity out, so...
They probably did, yeah.
Oh,
Can we have one finishing question? I just want to ask. I want to ask you a question.
Fuck's sake, yes.
John,
Yes.
E equals MC squared. Explain.
It is a thing that Einstein said. I think it has something to do with relativity. I do not know what it actually refers to.
John,
do you know
what's
what they stand
relativity?
for?
It's like how things are next to each other. Presumably. It's presumably how things are relative to other things. I'm going to assume.
Okay, what is that equation relative to then? What's the relativity in that actually talking about? So because it's not
logically, 2 equals CME. Because then they'd be like opposite and next to each
2
other.
equals...
Then there'd be like a
equals
magnet
CME.
and the metal it attracts.
What?
That's the two equations battering into each other.
I think I'm having a fucking debate with Cleverbot here, who's just saying random shite.
John,
This conversation wouldn't pass the Turing test.
John, do you know what the actual letters stand for in E equal to MC squared?
Energy equals momentum. I can't think of anything suitably scientific beginning with C, so I'm going to say chocolate squared.
The momentum chocolate.
Oh, wow. This is good.
Energy.
So, energy is the momentum of chocolate squared. Good night, everybody!